What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin and Jordan.
Yeah.
Justin, before we get into topics,
Yeah.
just wanted to read out a quick stat to you. A stat that made me laugh. Open up Twitter this morning. I obviously did have to check Twitter because PlayStation Network is down for whatever reason. But first thing I saw on my feed was a funny stat from a Sixers fan that I thought you would find some enjoyment in because I found some enjoyment, and I think you would have a quick laugh. You saw it already?
I think I know what you're talking about now.
Shout out to my boy Sixers Geo. I think you already saw it then. Since joining the Sixers, Paul George has uploaded more podcast clips to YouTube, 228, than field goals made, 191. And he said, yes, this is a real statistic. This is the same shit you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Paul George, bro. And he said he was going to be on his bully shit. Justin, what do we have going on today?
He dodged the bullet today.
Trade deadline just closed. A lot of shit to talk about. I already covered the Lucas shit in the emergency episode, but we still have so much more to talk about with that, more insight on that. But what do we have really going on today, bro?
Well, today is really just a jam-packed episode, not really one or multiple topics. I'm not about to read off every fucking trade that happened. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw all the trades that went down Wednesday afternoon and Thursday. Just a lot of trades to get into. We've been talking about it for like this past week. This is the best trade deadline of all time.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
That we've been a part of. Like, it's not even close at this point. And yeah, the Lucas shit was like, what a way to start. But everything after that, it was like, holy shit. This trade deadline lived up to the hype. But with that being said, years later, I'm not expecting this shit. But I'm glad we got something that was like of this magnitude. But yeah, a lot of rundown, a lot of trades. And then we got a lot of little minor topics in between. But the trade deadline is really the big heavy hitter for today's episode.
Yeah, 100%. Just obviously a quick rundown, the big trades, Luka to LA, obviously the big one along with Maxey. And then in return, you have obviously AD and Max Christian going the other way. We obviously have Mark Williams is now a Laker as well.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of Connect 4 going the other way.
And Cam Reddish.
Yeah, and Cam Reddish. Who cares about that part though? Connect 4 is the main piece in that. Jimmy Butler is a Warrior. KD, Steph Curry tried to recruit KD to be a Warrior. He really wasn't into that.
Dubbing niggas.
I'm assuming it was because of Draymond Green. That's the most likely thing. And KD was open to becoming a Heat. Didn't happen. To be honest with you, I think KD's going to be gone by the end of the season. And there's a lot of turmoil going on in the Suns locker room because of the KD stuff, because of Bradley Beal not wanting to leave, and now he's stuck there. I mean, Nurkic is gone now. So we got that going on. We also have BI as a Raptor now. Someone on Twitter made a joke like they collecting every 83 overall on 2K, which kind of makes sense, to be honest with you.
I saw somebody else say this is the first super playing team.
This is like a super mid team, to be honest with you. Like that whole starting lineup is 83s, bro. Like the definition of 83 overalls, all of them. Let me know if I'm missing any moves, Justin. Just going off the top of the dome, pause. But like that's all the really big ones that I'm thinking of right now. Unless I'm missing any. I mean, I already said them all. Oh, my GOAT.
I was gonna say about it.
My GOAT. Hey, Spurs fans, we back up. We are back. I'm making the announcement. We're back, San Antonio.
I thought you was talking about your other GOAT.
Nah, we are back. Yay, we are. Which other GOAT? I got a couple of GOATs.
Middleton.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace. I always love you. I mean, Dequan told me that he's falling off, but this is natural age. Bron, KD, Steph, they kind of changed the standard, but Chris Middleton's like 34, you feel me? He got his ring. He's proved what he did. He did his thing in the 2021 playoffs. A shame he couldn't retire as a Buck, but as we talked about it in the group chat, he's like the 4th best Buck of all time. So shout out to him. He's going to have that number retired in the rafters. So shout out to him, but sucks that what they netted was Kyle Kuzma out of everything. But my GOAT is now a San Antonio Spurs. So Spurs Nation, we back up. We're going to be chasing ring number 6, whether it's this year or next year, but it's going to be coming soon in the future. Also in that trade was J-Mac going to San Antonio. Chicago took a big L in that. Took a big fat fucking L.
Oh my God, they were garbage.
Got little to no assets. And then Zach LaVine. I'm still with you, Sacramento. A lot of people thought that I was leaving Sacramento. I'm still with you, Sacramento. I'm still here. You still got Sabonis. I'm still here. I still love Sabonis. We still got Zach LaVine here to support us. I still think that's a good move. So yeah, that's basically a rundown of all the really big trades. Like Justin said, this is the best trade window of all time. I don't think there's anything matching it. I would say what was close to was kind of the Nets breakup of KD and Kyrie happening within that same week.
Oh, the 2023.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool, but this just shit all over it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, by far, this just shit all over it. So before we even talk about the trade specifically, Justin, this is kind of gonna weave into the trade specifically. We know that the West just got even deeper, right?
Yep.
And right now, for most of the season, it was like 1 through 11 was kind of deep. Now it's 1 through 13 is really competitive. And one team we really want to shine light on, one team we want to give a lot of respect to because they're really clawing their way and making the play even more competitive, is the Trailblazers, right?
Yep.
Big shout out to them. They are hooping for like the last 10, 11 games. They are doing their thing. Shout out to Chauncey. Shout out to all the personnel on the team, right?
A 6-game winning streak.
Absolutely phenomenal. They're doing their thing. We've seen that the Spurs have bolstered. They're the 12th seed right now. They've bolstered their team. They got De'Aaron Fox. They got J-Mac. We now see that the Warriors, who are like the 11th seed, they've bolstered their team. The Kings, the 10th seed, have made their team better. The Suns, they didn't really make any improvements, but they're still the Suns. They got the talent. They got their team. The Mavs, they're kind of down that play-in area. They got AD. They made the swap. They cut out Luka. They got AD now. Justin, what teams would you say are the most susceptible to missing the play-in completely, the play-in and the playoffs to you right now? Do you think it's the same teams that are still out already, which would be like the Warriors, the Spurs, and the Blazers? Would you say one of those teams are going to go up and one of the teams that's in is going to go out? Because I think this is really interesting because when I had this conversation with somebody else in a TikTok live, we just entertained the Spurs making the play-in. I don't think it's really going to happen. But I said if one team had to fall out, absolutely had to fall out, I said it would be Dallas. If it had to be one team that's currently in the play-in right now, it would be Dallas to me. But I don't think they would in favor of the Spurs. But if it had to be one team, it would be Dallas. I got called crazy, whatever. And my opinion, number one, I don't like the fact that Kyrie's a primary playmaker. Kyrie doesn't like being the primary playmaker. Number two, Kyrie prefers being the 2 guard instead of the number 1. And number 3, we've seen historically what happens when Kyrie's the number 1 and what happens when Anthony Davis is the number 1. Neither of them can really take a franchise too far. These are 2 guys who do their best as a 1B or a number 2. One of them has to step up and be that number 1. So I'm already cautious to see what is going to happen with this team. But in my opinion, when it comes to like this current shakeup and makeup of that kind of lower tier of the West right now, I think it's going to stay the same so far. When it comes to April, I think it's going to stand packed. The Jimmy move is not moving me. I still think they're going to miss the plan. I still think the Kings are better. I still think Phoenix is better. The Timberwolves are already safe right now. They're 6th seed. Clippers are better. All these teams above them are better, basically. You feel me? Blazers are on a run. I don't think they're going to make it. Spurs, I don't think they're built for this year. They're built for the fucking future. D Fox had an incredible Spurs debut, but this isn't a move for this season. We're already halfway through the season. Next season, they're going to be in contention. They're going to make it. But in my opinion right now, it's going to stand packed. How do you feel with how deep the West is from 1 to 13? Are the 3 teams that are going to miss out be the same, or is it going to change up by the end of the season?
I feel like just looking at the standings, like you have Golden State and Sacramento still very, very close. San Antonio, we all want to like say they're gonna get there, but it looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a climb because it's like they're just like they're like 3 games out.
3 games behind.
So it's possible. Do I think it's likely? I don't know. Probably not. If I was to pick a team to fall out, I feel like it's literally between Dallas, Phoenix, or Sacramento. Like I feel like it's between one of those teams. But because Golden State, they could literally just win and they're in, while the others. And then like you said with Portland's a good story right now, but it's gonna have to be for a lot longer of a stretch, and it's gonna have to continue. And I don't know what their strength of schedule is off the top of my head, but it's gonna be a lot to just crack into a playing spot, which is kind of crazy to even think about. Like this long ass fight just to get into the playing,
Yep.
the fucking 10 seed, not even the top 6. So I don't think Portland's gonna get there, but it is good to see. And while watching the Blazers, I'm like, wow, like we've been talking about in the summer, this is like the deep bad team. But
Yeah.
like now they're not even playing bad. Like they're actually beating good teams. If I had to pick a team, I feel like it's more so between Dallas or Phoenix.
Yeah, to me, it's still Dallas, and this isn't kind of like a shit on Dallas thing like a lot of people are doing. I think it kind of sucks, kind of like weaving this into the like the whole Dallas trade. A lot of people are focusing on LA1. They got Luka, they got this generational guy. I feel like it's led a lot into kind of like AD disrespect. AD's a phenomenal player. As we said in the emergency pod, AD is a Hall of Fame talent, first ballot, obviously. Incredible two-way player. He's going to be All NBA this season. Like, he is phenomenal. He's most likely going to be All NBA next season as well. You feel me? He's going to get MVP votes this season, going to do it next season, most likely, as long as he plays 65 games. The thing is, Luka's just so much better than him.
Yeah.
And he's going to be so much better for the foreseeable future. My concern, as I said prior, I don't like AD as a number one. As we saw in New Orleans, he had limited success. If you want to blame his supporting cast, you can. I don't like that excuse. As I've told numerous people, if AD is this solidified top 5, top 7 guy for that entire stretch in New Orleans, when you're that top 5, top 7 guy, you should be making the playoffs every fucking year. You should at least, if you're not making the playoffs, winning 40 games. I'm not talking about winning a series or going to the finals. You should be winning 40 games minimum. He wasn't even doing that. He was struggling to win 35. He was struggling to win 38. Sometimes they weren't even winning 30. If you want to say, oh, he only had Drew Holiday, he only had Ryan Anderson, whatever. Cool, that's an excuse. We've had teams, worse teams, win more games than him. We've seen a team of 3 point guards in Phoenix win 47, 48 games and miss the playoffs while he was in that same conference. So I don't like Anthony Davis having to step up and be the number one. As I said, I don't like Kyrie having to step up and be the number one. We saw what happened in Boston, unfortunately. These are both guys who work better as a sidekick or the 1B. One of them has to be the 1A. One of them has to be the number one. Most likely, it has to be AD. I don't like the idea of that. Kyrie has to be the playmaker. Who else is going to be the playmaker? The primary playmaker? Dinwiddie? No. Can't be Max Christie. That's not his game. It's obviously not going to be Klay Thompson. He's never been a playmaker in his life. You can't run the offense through AD. Talented as he is, that's not his role. So the defense is going to be great. I understand what Nico's talking about, the defense, whatever. The same guy who just has to hire security now because he's so scared because he made a dumbass trade. Has to hire home security now. The offense is going to be so limited compared to before. Those lobs are not happening anymore. Gafford and Lively, when he comes back, their offensive capabilities have just gotten much more limited. It's not going to be the same. PJ might still do his thing, you feel me? Klay, he's doing his thing currently right now. I don't think it's going to be the same for the rest of the season. They just got rid of Q Grimes for whatever reason.
That was stupid.
Which we didn't even comment on because that's such a much smaller move. That was stupid. That was ridiculous too because you're preaching about defense. Q Grimes is a great defender.
To get fucking Caleb Martin.
Yeah, who is a worse defender than Q Grimes? So it's like you're asking these guys to do these roles that they don't really succeed, and you're putting them in a position to fail. So yeah, that's why I would have Dallas falling out. I hear where you're coming from too with Phoenix. Phoenix would be a likely team to fall out too, but I don't see Golden State clawing in over Phoenix. Phoenix is still a better team to me than Golden State. Jimmy's just not moving me. I know a lot of people are talking about this whole potential like Draymond and Jimmy are gonna fight each other and shit. I'm not even worried about the personal drama and shit like that. I'm talking about on-court capability. We're seeing Steph. He did pretty well against the Lakers. I'll give him that, right? But we're seeing Steph fairly struggle. He's taking 30 shots now because he has to. Jimmy's not gonna really help with that. Jimmy's not no guy that goes out there and takes 18 shots. Jimmy's sometimes a guy who's only going to take 10. I don't think Warriors should go out there and expect him to start taking 15 shots, 18 shots to help Steph with his load. Pause. Because there's going to be some times where he's only going to want to take 8 and just play make. Jimmy Butler is no longer a guy that you could depend on to score 23 points per game for the rest of a regular season. So this doesn't really address their concerns of offense at all. So I'm not moved at all by this Jimmy Butler shit at all. I still got them missing the plan completely.
And the spacing with him and Draymond.
Yeah, the spacing's going to be shit too. It's gonna suck, bro. It's gonna suck. I don't understand this move. And they paid him off rip. Didn't even test it out first. You paid him off rip.
Yeah, they got fucking desperate.
You couldn't wait and see what you could have done until the end of the season and then paid him?
I guess we're talking about these niggas now, so I'll just get into it. If we talking about like winners and losers of the deadline, to me, Golden State is a fucking loser for this.
One of the biggest ones.
And what gets me mad about this trade is like people saying, or people giving Golden State the benefit of the doubt just because they have Steph Curry. They're like, I've seen a bunch of people say, I'll give the Warriors an A- because at the end of the day, they tried to get something done to help Steph Curry and Draymond Green for this last run. They tried. They gave Jimmy Butler a 2-year deal that goes aligned with Steph Curry's deal and Draymond Green's deal. They tried to keep this shit together. I'm sorry. You don't get points for fucking trying. Like, unless you're like, I feel like that excuse shouldn't even fly. Because other teams, they try and swing for the fences and they get laughed at for that. Trying isn't fucking good enough. I feel like this move was an L for the Warriors. Not only are you trading for Jimmy Butler, who's 35, you extended him for 2 years, $121 million. He's gonna be 37 at the end of this shit, and it could get real, real ugly. Cause Steph Curry, I believe, turns 37 in March. So, and that's not even talking about the on-court. The on-court is gonna be, you got Draymond and Jimmy Butler spacing. Like, that is gonna be an issue. Like, that's 2 starters, 2 guys you're most likely gonna close with. And like you said, Jimmy Butler, he's not a guy who's gonna take fucking 15, 20 shots every night. Like you said, there's gonna be nights where he takes. I've seen nights where he takes fucking 6 shots. Like, and it depends what type of mood he's in. Golden State really just got desperate as fuck. Now you're gonna have to rely more on Kuminga, Pods,
God, bro.
like Trace Jackson Davis. Like, woo. Like, when I saw that this trade was finalized, my instant reaction was that LeBron meme when he was like, ooh. And I posted it on the IG. I'm like, yo, this team still ain't doing shit. Cause they posted the graphic. It was like, oh, who's stopping the starting 5? I'm like, this team ain't doing shit. And I don't know if you saw that the RDC.
Yeah, the RDC shit was funny. That whole shit was funny.
But this was an L, bro. And I don't know if we should if you want to continue talking about Golden State right now, because I was about to get into Miami and how I love this trade for Miami.
Just real quick about Golden State, bro. This is just a failure, bro.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They are failing Stephen Curry, and like you said, the benefit of the doubt with Stephen Curry has to stop, bro. Steph's 36 is not LeBron's and KD's 36.
Yeah,
I understand those 3 are the pillar of the NBA for that 2010s, and absolutely at their peaks, at the peak of their powers, they're all close to each other. In their late 30s, they're not close to each other at all. Bron 3 years ago was much better than Curry is right now. Not even close. Not even fucking close. Bron right now is better than Curry right now. Way better. Then you got KD right now is way better than Curry right now. You can't give Curry this benefit of the doubt in his late 30s like these other 2 guys. And KD right now, who is much better than Steph, look at his team. Look at his team, which is generally better than Curry's, and KD is better than him. And he's still struggling. Yet he's above the Warriors in the standings. So there's no more benefit of the doubt with these 2 guys, unfortunately. You can't even really give the benefit of the doubt to Bron anymore either, and he still needs more help than ever before in his lifetime. You can't give that to these guys anymore. They're too old. They can't carry a team no more. Curry's going outside. The Warriors are going outside. Out of all the stars y'all could have swung for, y'all swung for Jimmy Butler, which makes his Laurie Markkinen shit so sad, bro. It's ridiculous. I understand Laurie's not having the best season right now, right? Compared to his prior 2 seasons, but I'm sure if he was on the Warriors right now, he'd be having a way better season, and it'll be a much better pickup right now, a much better plug and play than Jimmy Butler, by far. By far, it'd be a much better plug and play pickup right now. Any other star would have been a better pickup right now. Jimmy Butler is a failure of a move for them. The only team that took a bigger L in this like trade window, probably just Chicago.
Yeah.
Really just them. In terms of teams that made moves, I'm not gonna pick on any teams that didn't make moves, but they took the biggest L that wasn't the Chicago Bulls, because this was a bad move.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do shit for me next season, because guess what? Let's say the teams stay the same, right? Which they're not. There's gonna be moves made in the offseason. There's gonna be stars leaving, so on and so forth. Maybe KD leaves the Suns, whatever. Even if KD was to leave the Suns, you're not automatically guaranteed a spot in the play-in or in the standings. Who's coming from behind? Pause. San Antonio. Maybe the Blazers as a whole, the players individually get better. Meanwhile, guess what? Curry will be a year older. Jimmy Butler will be a year older. That's the problem. You swung with some short-sighted vision. You guys aren't even in the play-in technically right now. You're cluttered right there at that 11-10 seed, kind of tied for it with the Kings, if I'm not mistaken, right now. There's no separation. This is kind of a move that you make if you was like the 7 seed to strengthen and chase to get out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Or kind of separate yourself from that like 11 and 10 range. But if you miss the play-in completely, or you lose that first play-in game, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah.
You have no chance of saving your franchise. This is a move where it feels like you got cement tied to your feet and you just got thrown into the Hudson River. They're screwed right now.
They traded 3 players for 1.
And in turn for Miami, W. Just for getting rid of Jimmy. I don't even care with what they got back. Just for getting rid of Jimmy, W. It's a win just for that.
One more thing I wanted to say about Golden State. Another shit that got me tight was people saying, I love that they traded for a guy that fits the timeline of Steph and Dre.
So an old guy.
Old guy.
An old guy.
Like, and it still doesn't solve the problem because, like, Miami was kind of going through this situation too. But, like, if you look at Golden State, they're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. Like, you're still committing to the old guys, but you don't want to trade away the young guys.
Yeah.
It's like you got to choose which way you want to, which direction you want to go. And it looks like they're still leaning. I mean, yeah, rightfully so. You want to do right by Steph, but this ain't the way to do it. And history has shown us Jimmy Butler, everywhere he goes, is always a problem.
It's going to be a problem.
So it's only a matter of fucking time, but this time around it's going to be a $60 million problem. But yeah, Miami, I love it. Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. I said this on the TikTok. Getting Jimmy Butler out of there, big dark cloud is now gone. And on top of that, the shit you got back, I actually like it for them.
It's decent, yeah.
You got Andrew Wiggins. You got is Kyle Anderson still there? I think they were trying to trade him, but something happened.
Everything kind of got
That trade
up.
was fucking confused because it was like 16.
Dennis Schroeder went to like 3 different teams in one day.
Yeah, that was crazy. One of my favorite thing was them getting Davion Mitchell. I think I was telling D and I was telling I think I'm not gonna expose, but what's it called? I think Davion Mitchell going to Miami. I think he could really he could have like a career resurgence there.
Yeah.
Cause he's like a Miami Heat guy, and Andrew Wiggins being in that lineup, I think is really good for them. I saw like a potential like defensive lineup with like fucking Davion Mitchell, fucking Hayward Highsmith, Andrew Wiggins, Khalil Ware, and Bam Adebayo. I'm like, damn, I would hate to fucking play against that team in like a closing situation. But I like this for Miami. Now you have the direction you want to go, like Tyler Hero, Bam, Khalil Ware, that's your guys. Jaime Jaquez, that is your your group of guys right there. Jimmy Butler's out. You don't got to deal with that. Now you have your direction. You can make this whatever playing push or top 6 push. But now that Jimmy Butler is out of there, you guys could just focus on basketball. And Andrew Wiggins, I love that pickup for them because it's like low maintenance guy, like no ego. He's gonna play within the system. Really good defensive player, and he's gonna complement Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo really well.
The only thing I will say though, like certain Heat fans, I'm not gonna say majority, but certain Heat fans, relax, bro. I'm already seeing Wiggins is a SPO project. Like he could make him back into All-Star Wiggins. Let's relax. He's gonna be good, but let's relax about making him back into All-Star. Justin, if you had to grade this, let's give all these trades grades, bro. If you had to grade this for both teams, what are you giving it? Because I'm giving the Warriors a F. I think I'll give Miami like a B minus.
I'll give Miami like a B plus. Warriors, these niggas. I don't know if I'll give them F because there's other teams where they legit are Fs.
I gotta give him an F, bro, just because they paid him off rip. If they waited till like, I would have given them like a D plus if they played out the season and then gave him the money after seeing what the result is. But to give him the bag 10 minutes after getting him was stupid.
I was gonna give him D minus.
I'm gonna give him an F. Them in Chicago, only dudes getting Fs for me.
Chicago's in the F.
They getting big fat Fs, bro. Straight up. Hey man, I think they handcuffed their franchise. I think like you said, they're handcuffing themselves to do 2 different timelines still, which is ridiculous because at least back then it made sense. Kuminga was still like a raw type of guy. Moody was still a raw type of guy. You didn't know what James Wiseman was yet. We kind of know what Kuminga is now. He's a finished product. Moody is a finished product. Wiseman is gone. AirPods is not going to get that much better. You feel me? Like, that's it. We know what these guys are.
And they're holding on to like a whatever young core.
It's not even a young core like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's not no phenomenal young core.
Kuminga and Moody's in what year? Like 4?
Yeah, year 4, year 5. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not no young core no more. They're finished products at this point in time. They're not going to get that much better.
Guys are college seniors at this point.
We know who they are, is my point. We know who they are. There's no point into clinging on to them. Like, at this point, and I know before I compared it, it's like, yo, like, you guys are doing stuff like Kobe at this point because, like, he's going to ride off, like, not even winning and shit like that. But I think this is even worse, to be honest with you. At least by the end of Kobe's tenure, like, they committed, like, all right, we're going to rebuild, but, like, at least Kobe's going to be here. And, like, we'll just let him hoop.
they committed to the rebuild.
They're like, we'll just let Kobe hoop whenever he wants to, but we're still going to commit to rebuild. Like, hey, we got D'Lo now. Hey, we got Jordan Clarkson. Hey, we got Julius Randle. Kobe, you could go hoop, but we're still going to have these young guys, and we're going to go fucking play them.
And Kobe was, like, injured for, like, majority.
Yeah, he was injured for 13-14. He was injured for 14-15.
Yeah.
And 15-16, he had his farewell tour. But their plan was, you know, like, we're going to rebuild. Kobe, if you want to go out there and hoop, go out there and hoop. You feel me? But this whole, like, trying to do one thing and also trying to do another, that's just never going to work. I don't think we've ever seen this type of thing happen at, like, in any other team, any other franchise before. I guess you could say maybe the Spurs, but even then, that's different because it was just Kawhi. It was just Kawhi and the older guys. That doesn't even count because it wasn't young core. It was just Kawhi Leonard and the old guys. It wasn't Kawhi and 2 other young guys and then the big 3. It was just Kawhi by himself and the big 3 getting older. That's different. It's completely different. So I don't know why they're trying to force this. We never seen anything like this happen before in history. Why would you even try it? There's no success story of this shit happening in the past. When Shaq and Kobe happened, Magic was already gone. There is no transition of power. The Celtics try to do it with Reggie Lewis. They try to do it with Reggie Lewis and Bird, and then Len Bias and Bird both rest in peace.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, certain circumstances happen. You know, that's completely different things. But shit's never happened like this before, and it's never worked because it's never been attempted. It's only been attempted one time.
I'm trying to think for real. But it's like
it doesn't really happen in basketball. Baseball, yeah. I don't know about football, but baseball, yeah, this shit happens all the time. But basketball, you don't do this because it doesn't work. You have to commit to rebuilding. When your dynasty is over, you tear it down and you start over. That's how it works in basketball. You don't say, hey, we're going to continue the dynasty, and on the side, try to develop these young guys on limited minutes. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, Jerry Krause
You
literally
can't do
won
that
and
shit.
said, we rebuilding
Yeah,
ASAP.
you can't do that shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It's never going to work like that. It was a stupid decision, yo. Moving on to the next trade, Justin. Let's move into this big trade with my GOAT, bro.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox. All right, so the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm gonna let you go first because I have inherent biases for two sides.
Damn, I don't even think I wrote the full trade, but Sacramento trades De'Aaron Fox
And J Mac
and Jordan McLaughlin to the San Antonio Spurs. And then well, this was a 3-teamer. Zach LaVine goes to Sacramento. Chicago, I don't know what the fuck they got back.
bullshit.
Like, but yeah, this would have been the biggest trade of the deadline if the Luka AD trade didn't happen. But yeah, I remember this. We didn't get to talk about this, unfortunately, because this trade literally went down like an hour after we stopped recording the emergency pod. So I was already done editing that video, and that trade just happened. So we actually finally get to talk about it right here, right now. And what a fucking W for the San Antonio Spurs. And you can't say otherwise. Like,
Highway robbery.
don't even give up Sohan. Don't even give up Keldon Johnson. Don't even give up Vassell. And you don't give up Stephon Castle. And you got De'Aaron Fox. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, this is like highway robbery. And it makes me think about like, yo, I really don't remember, or at least in my lifetime, like Spurs making like mid-season trades like that.
Not really,
I feel like they mostly do shit like free agency, like, and shit like that. Or through the draft. That's usually how they build their teams. But like, I rarely see them like make trades like in the middle of the season. And look, see them and offer it. They just finessing motherfuckers. I love this for the Spurs. You get De'Aaron Fox, who told Sacramento like, yo, I want to go to San Antonio. They're gonna be on the top of my list, and that kind of put like a pigeonhole on the Kings because like they had so little time, and he told them like, yo, I'm not gonna stay here, and I want to go to San Antonio, and nobody else is gonna trade for me because they know I want to go to San Antonio. So that kind of just like smart move by De'Aaron Fox and Clutch. Cause yeah, they fucked Sacramento with that shit. Sacramento, they get back Zach LaVine, which is cool. I kind of hate it for Zach because I would have liked to see him go somewhere where it's not like. Now I just feel like this is like redundant for him, but it's cool. It's whatever. The Kings are like, they're just there. I get it. They want to continue to be competitive, but I don't know. I feel like this move for them is like they kind of like get a little worse.
I
Or
mean,
they
it
stay the
depends how
same.
you look at it because the shooting was an issue, and I think I love De'Aaron Fox, but his shooting was a little bit worse compared to last year. Zach LaVine's gonna fix that.
Yeah, and then Chicago,
F.
Bro, F. I don't know. I think the only thing they got back was what, their first round pick from this year, which is cool. Like, now you have control of your fate. Because what was they doing before? I think San Antonio had that pick, and they was losing, and they was winning. Trying to win.
They still in the playing race right now.
Yeah.
They the 10th seed right now.
Also that pick.
And Sixers are gaining steam. They're a game behind or half a game behind.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to start losing on purpose, was the point of this move, and Philly's just going to make the play-in, which kind of sucks because I really wanted Philly to miss the postseason completely.
Yeah, bro. If I was a Chicago Bulls fan, I would be like I couldn't breathe. Like, I'd be.
It's way too late now. You're not going to capture the flag.
You're not. You're going to get Con Knipple.
You're going to get the 9th pick.
Yeah. And then have fun with that. I mean, no disrespect. That's my guy. But like, I don't know. You don't tank or try to be bad and you don't end up with the top 4 pick. Like, that's gonna be ass. Have fun with, I don't know. I was about to name another dude guy, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go at my guy.
That's your team, bro, and
Yeah,
you're
no.
disrespecting them.
No, it's because it's like everybody wants Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Jaku Jonas, and you about to miss out on everybody.
There's one more guy, but I don't know.
Oh, VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah.
Nah, you good.
Damn disrespect.
Nah, you good. But San Antonio, this is a robbery right here, and now you have your. You still have a chance. You still have a chance, like another move to make it, just in case you want to really go crazy. I don't think they'll do it this year, but it's like Keldon Johnson could make something happen. Wait, was Zach Collins in this deal too?
Zach Collins. Let me see.
Because I think they did trade him. I don't know if he was in this deal specifically.
So I'll check real quick for you. I also have, because you said something, Zach Collins went to the Bulls. Trey Jones, which was the headliner, in my opinion, to Chicago too. And Kevin Herter.
Oh yeah, that's what
Sacramento got the picks and Sissoko.
Okay.
Which was stupid to me that the Bulls didn't get the picks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
How did we get more picks than the Bulls? Because we got second rounders and 3 firsts.
Yeah.
The Bulls got their own pick. That's it.
They're like, here.
Which I understand that one of them is useless, quote unquote, because one of them is a Spurs pick in 27. But we just got a Hornets pick for this year, which is going to be fucking good. It's going to be a really good pick for us. I don't know the protections on it. I don't know if any of these have protections. And we also got a Timberwolves pick in 2031. It's the West. We don't know where that's going to fall. And then we have that Spurs pick. And then we have 3 seconds. The Bulls got 1 pick. And it was just their own. And now all they could do is just tank, and see how far they could go down. But they're so far ahead of everybody else. So they're kind of cooked right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, super cooked.
And Kobe White is still there.
They have like 7 point guards on the roster.
Vooch is still there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me that he didn't get moved.
I don't know what they're doing in Chicago.
Yeah, they're not. They still have too much talent to really move on. What grade do you have for the Spurs and for Sacramento? Because we both know Chicago's an F.
Chicago's F.
F minus.
For the Spurs, this is a fucking A+.
One of the few A pluses here.
You got an all-star point guard in the prime of his career, and what a fucking debut that was! Holy shit. Yeah, I'm excited for this team in the future, and still have. I feel like that Keldon Johnson's contract is looking like the fucking the food, the KFC meal bucket to trade, cause that looks like an enticing piece that you can move potentially, but I wouldn't go too crazy right now and like moving shit around. I'd kind of want to just see how this team plays out, and then you just go on from there. But the fact that you didn't trade Sohan, Castle, W, and I would not trade Castle at all. And I know some people, especially Castle and his team, they was like, "Oh, but he wanted to play point guard." And
that's a question mark for me, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, to be honest, like when we was doing the draft work, like I more so viewed Castle as like a do it all wing, and so I know he has like some capabilities like on the ball, but like I never looked at him as like a franchise like point guard. Like he has the abilities like with the ball, he could play make and shit like that. But to me, he's like a Swiss Army knife type of guy, which is great because you go to any team, you gonna fit in. Like if you try to be a point guard, it's tough, especially with De'Aaron Fox. He's literally in his fucking prime. So like I wouldn't want to get the ball out of his hands. And this is like kind of the best area to be in because you're learning from Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox. So it's like shit, like Castle, when it's your time is gonna come. And I have no doubt that he's gonna benefit off both of them and he's gonna improve a lot. But yeah, the Spurs get an A. Kings, I'll give Kings like I'll give him like a C+.
Before I even talk about the trade, I know you said that D Fox kind of fucked them. I mean, there's a side to every story. I'm just gonna read out what came directly from the Kings subreddit and what a radio host conversation with D Fox sounded like, and basically D Fox's side of the story. So D Fox said that everything being said is false. He said he never spoke to Stephon Castle before the trade. He said that he only wanted to play for Mike Brown and no other coach, and that when they fired Mike Brown, the writing was on the wall. He said that the organization tried to fire one of two assistant coaches, but Mike Brown shot that down. Those two assistants are still with the organization. He said once the front office let De'Aaron Fox take the fall for Mike Brown's firing, De'Aaron Fox was kind of done with the franchise. De'Aaron Fox told this dude Dave he wanted to spend his whole career in Sacramento, but he didn't believe that the front office lived up to his expectations. The next thing that De'Aaron Fox said was that he never requested a trade, and after the Brooklyn game, the Kings told De'Aaron Fox and Rich Paul that they were getting calls. De'Aaron Fox said, in quotes, "I thought this was going to happen in the summer. I did not think this was going to happen during the deadline." And this is when he made his move of saying, "Okay, I'm only going to play for the Spurs. I only want to play for the Spurs." That's when he pigeonholed them and said, "All right, I only want to play for San Antonio," after all this bullshit happened. So he's going to try to get on this dude's show in the offseason to talk about this more. He obviously made that tweet about the dysfunction. He said, you saw the tweet, right?
About the dysfunction of the team?
Yeah, he basically said, I forgot what the tweet was word for word, but he said, "Oh, everyone always talks about the dysfunction, but they're trying to blame me for the problem." Something like that. You feel me? But I love D Fox, obviously.
I got to get used to that number 4.
Yeah, I mean, which is weird. 5's not even retired.
Castle has 5.
These should have switched. Pay up.
I feel like...
Pay up.
I mean...
Pay up.
Could you switch mid-season like that?
Yeah.
Cause
No problem with that.
I don't know if you could, because it's like there's like some shit with like the jerseys, like they printed like this amount. Because I remember LeBron tried to give up 23 for AD, and they was like, "Oh, nah, you can't switch." Well, maybe because that's fucking LeBron. It was like, "Oh, we printed too much, so you got to stay with 23 for now."
That was in the offseason that they traded for AD.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense, though.
But they was like, "Nah, you can't switch," because
They better switch in the offseason.
I feel like
You better give him a bag for
the
number
only
5.
numbers I could see D Fox wearing is 5 or 0. But who has 0? Keldon Johnson,
Yeah.
and then Castle has 5. Those are like the only.
And he can't wear 2.
Kawhi. Yeah.
Kawhi.
Oh yeah, when it first announced
can't
I was
wear
gonna wear
2.
2, I was like, that's gonna look fire. But then I was like, oh shit, Kawhi. But nah, he has to.
I don't like 4.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know he want to honor his wife and shit. It looks weird. And you know what else made it weird? The 4, and he had no sleeves. I'm like, you gotta throw a sleeve on or some
You
shit.
need some accessories, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. 4 is a weird number.
I don't like 4 on him specifically, especially when he's been having 5 this whole time. So, I mean, obviously off rip, like you said,
If he wore 11, that would have been fire.
no, he's not a double digit guy. To me, he's not.
Oh no, Vassell has 11.
He's
Shit.
not double digits to me. He's not double digits to me. I think 0 will be tough.
Because he wore 0 at Kentucky. Because him and Monk switched.
Wemby has 1, but 1 would go hard with him too. I can't lie. But Wemby's not giving up number 1.
Not yet.
But Wemby will go hard on Fox. I mean, 1 would go hard on Fox too. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But take 5 in the offseason. He needs to wear number 5. I don't like 4. I'm not getting a Fox jersey if it's going to be number 4. Because I want a Spurs Fox jersey now.
4 looks weird.
I'm going to wait till the offseason and see if he changes. But off rip, like you already said, Spurs cooked. A+.
Yeah.
There's no other, 100 even. Not even just a regular A+. This is 100. You kept everything that was valuable. All this talks about Castle. We even decreased the value and said, all right, they at least got to give up Keldon Johnson. Didn't even give up that. You know, Trey Jones at counts. Who gives a fuck? And some picks. That's it. Like, that was ridiculous. All right, the Kings got Zach LaVine. That's a worthwhile piece. But the fact that they didn't give up anything valuable like that was, like I said, straight up highway robbery. Straight up fraud, basically. So that's a big A+. I'm happy for D Fox. I'm always gonna back D Fox wherever he goes. So Spurs Nation, we up. I'm a Spurs fan now. I think there's a good move specifically for his individual career. As I've said, he's been robbed of a lot of All-Star appearances. I think minimum by now he should be a three-time All-Star. Now that he's playing with Wemby, just by association with the star power, this is going to be good for his career. He's going to make more All-Star games just because more people are going to be seeing him. He's going to be making more All-Star games just because they're going to be seeing more in highlights with Wemby. So he's going to get more notoriety. So that's going to be good for him. And I think by next year, they're going to be making a lot of postseason pushes together. And like you said, this opens up the door for more pushes too. It fits the timeline. D Fox is still very young, not even close to his 30s at all. He's still fairly young.
Isn't he like 27?
He's like 26, bro. D Fox is like 26.
I think he's 27.
I think he's 26. Fact check me. I think he's 26. He dropped in 18.
17.
Fuck. 17. He might be 27 then. But he was 19 years old.
See how much you know about your boy. Yeah, he's 27.
Fuck! What month?
December.
So he just turned 27 though. That's 2 months ago. That's 2 months ago. But so he's 27. He's still in the very prime of his career. He just entered his prime, so it fits the window perfectly. I guess you said Council could learn from him. Cool. He's not worried about mentoring, like Kyle Kuzma said. I'm not here to be a mentor. I'm here to fucking win. That's what he's here to do. He already had a phenomenal debut, like you said. So they're gonna do some big things. But like I said, I'm not worried about this season. If they make a push this season, phenomenal. If they miss the plan, I'm not worried about it. If I'm a Spurs fan, if I'm D Fox, if I'm Wemby, I'm not worried about it. But kudos to the Spurs. They're doing their star player right. This is nothing like Bron when he started with the Cavs. The absolute opposite, where they failed to surround him with talent. They're showing Wemby already like, yo, bro, we are committed to putting guys around you. We're putting the right pieces around you. We just got you a star point guard off rip in his prime. We are going to get you to the playoffs off rip.
It's crazy that you said the Bron shit, because I feel like Bron
was playing with shit.
Not only that, it's like, I know people give him shit for going to Miami, but it's like, yo, that motherfucker low-key had to do that shit. Because if you look at it now, like realistically, all these teams are kind of doing their thing by their star, even if they're not LeBron level.
My thing is, like, you have a point. Luka, they got him Kyrie Irving. They got him Porzingis. They got him even lower end guys. They got him like a PJ. They got him Dinwiddie like 7 times. You feel me? You look at Ant. They surrounded him with Cat. They got him a DPOY level Gobert. Like you said, like, these aren't even the top guys. These aren't like these guys are like ranked from like 3 to 10. Tatum, always been surrounded by talent. I'm just trying to think of other guys like
lesser degree.
Like
you might laugh,
guys.
but like Halliburton, like they traded
Halliburton. They got him Siakam.
They got him Siakam.
Off rip, they got him Siakam. De'Aaron Fox, lesser guy. They got him Sabonis.
Trae Young.
Trae Young. They got him. You're gonna laugh, but it's like they got him Capella. They got him DeJounte. They surround him with really good young pieces like DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, all these dudes that got him to the playoffs. And then you go back then and you see LeBron, Ilgauskas, Larry Hughes,
Mo Williams.
You feel me? And Mo Williams was their best pickup.
Yeah.
He made the All-Star game one time, but it's like, that's just so crazy to me, bro. And meanwhile, D-Wade, they got him Shaq. They got him Shaq.
Morning.
And Bron, they didn't want to trade fucking J.J. Hickson for Amari Stoudemire. They were unwilling to do that deal.
Nah, but then they'll tell you, oh, we got Shaq. He was fucking washed.
Yeah, he was 36. He was 36. That was a year before Celtics Shaq, who everyone clowns. That's the funniest part. So, like, yeah, and I like that you do say that because I know that we do sometimes clown certain franchises for not being as good as other ones, but 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was certain franchises and front offices that are way worse than the worst ones today.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, because I feel like if LeBron didn't do that, bro, I don't know what we'd be looking at now. Because it's crazy. Because the first thing in people, and another person we didn't even bring up, Cade this year, even to a lesser degree.
They got him pieces.
They got him pieces. Because every time a team drafts like a guy and he turns out to be like all-star level, the first thing they say is they got to surround him with pieces before he leaves. Like, even look at Zion too. Like, they tried,
yeah.
So, because, like, That's like the one thing they never did that shit with LeBron. They never try to move pieces around, get another all-star guy. He's like the blueprint.
I'll say this: Devin Booker, it took them a while though. That's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one that took
Yeah.
really long.
Took him a minute.
That's the one anomaly in the present day that it took them a long time. They
took them a
tried
minute.
Dragan Bender.
Yeah.
They tried Scalabissier. They tried a bunch of different guys, and it just didn't work every single time. It took, bro. He was suffering for
I
like a good
drafted
4
15.
years.
Yeah.
A Kobo, like just straight garbage. Josh Jackson, who I thought was going to be a
It didn't
beast.
start looking bright till they got AIN and
Yeah.
Mikal.
Yeah, it took him a while to get pieces.
And he was
surrounded
already
by
in
him.
what, year 4 by then?
Year 4, year 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But like back then, Warriors front office was garbage. Knicks front office was garbage. Cavs front office was garbage. Clippers front office was garbage. Like there was a lot of front offices that were just straight up terrible. Bucks front office was terrible. Like straight up just fucking basura, bro. Like just bad. There's a lot of front offices that were just really fucking bad. And that was just 15, 20 years ago that their front office is bad. That's why the I know we kind of going off on a different tangent here, but like that's why the Bron move, that's why I hate when people say the Bron move and the KD move are the same. Bron was playing with garbage and he had a terrible front office. KD was playing with Russ. Yeah, they made a bad move letting James Harden go, but bro was just playing with Russ for basically his whole fucking career.
That's way better than anybody.
That's
Bron was
way
playing
better
with.
than anyone Bron played with, bro. Bron would trade every teammate he ever played for on the Cavs in that first stint to play with Russ for 1 year. Quite literally. For 1 year, 15, 16 Russ. So not even close to the same kind of caliber of move. But going back to this trade though, obviously 100% for the Spurs. Happy for D Fox. Moving on to my other team, the Kings. I think this is still a good move for them. I'll give them a B minus. Yeah, you lost your franchise guy and Darren Fox, but I like that they're committing to the win now thing. I know you talked about potentially like a rebuild and shit like that. I think you committed too much now to win now to just really say, hey, look, now we're going to move Sabonis. We got to move DeMar. We got to move Malik Monk. Too much and too little. Real life isn't really like 2K where it's kind of just like pick up the phone and we just getting rid of everybody for as much picks as possible. So I like that they brought in Zach LaVine. And I also like that they got 3 first-round picks out of this as well. So I think there was a really big benefit to the team. I'll give them a B minus to a B. They're improving the shooting, which was a big issue for them. Zach LaVine's been stupid efficient this season, as we said numerous times, trying to get him to the All-Star game. So big shout out to him. I still think that they could still make a play-in push, hopefully get into the playoffs as well. Stamped. I still think of that as a possibility because you still have the talent there. You still have the talent there. You cut out, I hate to be fucked up, but you cut out the biggest waste of space on the roster. And Kevin Huerter, that's a W in itself. You cut out a waste of space. Again, not trying to be fucked up, but that's a major W. So you lost your franchise star. That's a negative. You cut out a big waste of space, but you also brought in an all-star in himself in Zach LaVine. So I think they did pretty good in itself in the move, even though you couldn't gather a Castle, a Sawhen, or a Keldon Johnson. You still did fairly well. The Bulls, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
F. You couldn't get one of those picks that Sacramento got? One of them? You couldn't get a single one of those picks. You were just happy with Zach Collins and Trey Jones, and now you have all these point guards. You got your own pick at least, but it's too far to tank to try to get into that capture the flag thing. They're not gonna rig it for you like D Rose. It's not gonna happen. You're the 10 seed right now. Philly's a game or half a game behind you. It's too far away for you guys to get that one pick. It's too far to even get a top 5, top 7 pick. So you have your own pick. Not really worth anything.
Damn, too far for top 7?
I think so. I will check Tankathon right now. Big fat F for them.
I'm about to check right now myself.
Big fat F, bro.
Let's see.
You gotta think about the teams that's worse. Utah. Utah's worse.
Right, according to Tankathon
Charlotte.
right now, they would have the 8th pick.
8th right now? But they're the 10th seed right now.
It says 8th right here.
How so?
Yeah, it just says 8th.
But where's Philly then?
Philly is 7th.
What?
Actually, no. Technically, that would be OKC because
They
Philly
own the Philly
is
pick.
top
Yes,
6.
yes. It's top 6 protected.
Yeah. So I'm going from 1. So Washington, New Orleans, Utah.
Because the West 11 to 14, they're all better than them.
Yeah, because
record-wise.
Portland is at 9, San Antonio's at
They're
10.
way better than them record-wise.
Yeah. So Chicago's at 8.
That's Portland's fault, though, to be
And they're
honest with you.
projected to get Yegor Demon, whose player comp is a guy you already have on your team, Josh Giddey. So have fun with that.
What could they have gotten for Vooch? Realistically speaking.
Depends who's trading for him. I don't think
I think the Warriors should have gotten him instead of Jimmy.
they should have. Because I'm trying to think of like the teams. I'm like, I don't think Lakers would have traded that 2031 first for fucking Vooch. I wonder what the Bulls would have asked the Warriors for Vooch. Would they have been like, give us Trace Jackson Davis and Kuminga?
I would have.
But they don't want to trade Kuminga.
I would have asked for a cum bucket.
That's the thing. Golden State don't want to trade Kuminga.
I know.
So it's like,
I don't know what they think Kuminga is, to be honest with you.
I don't know. They think he's
God. Apparently. They think he's the second coming of whatever it is. But they need to start lowering their expectations when it comes to certain trade packages.
They think they got like 2020 Jaylen Brown just hiding.
No, but that's never going to be him.
Like,
that's never going to be him. That's what I'm saying. They need to start lowering their expectations because this is starting to become ridiculous at this point in time.
And they didn't want to trade AirPods. Like
AirPods. Yo, I'm never going to forgive you and Dave, bro, for that playing argument. Y'all was trying to tell me AirPods should worry me in a playing game.
He had such a fun rookie year. Now it's downhill.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all really try to tell me to worry about AirPods in a playing game. And they lost the first game.
Yeah, they got fucking smoked.
I say, yo, who's going to be creating their own shots besides Stephen Curry?
I hate to see it.
Niggas really said Kuminga and AirPods.
People were really angry when he got selected to the USA Select team. And that's not even the real team. That's just like the practice squad.
I need Dave to come back here, bro. Because I need to flame both y'all for that. I can't forget that moment, bro. Nigga said AirPods will create his own shots.
He did have 29 the other night.
The other night. Like, come on, though. The whole season he's been ass, bro. Whole season he's been ass, buddy. Come on, let's be for real.
I don't know. I feel like I'm shitting on Golden State, but I don't know how the fuck y'all niggas lost to the fucking Jazz. Blew a fucking 10-point game with 2 minutes left.
Fucking trash, bro.
Fucking Clarkson and Isaiah Collier was shitting all over y'all.
By the way, Jordan Clarkson, bro. Why aren't you wearing blue and orange, bro? I don't want to hear you say nothing bad neither. Why aren't you wearing blue and orange? You should be in New York right now. Coming off the bench for us. Averaging 14.8 for us, bro.
It's not his fault.
I know it's not his fault, but I'm saying, why aren't you here? I've been wanting him to come here for like 2 seasons straight now. But he's never going to play here, bro. Until he leaves the Jazz and he's on another team, like, we're never going to trade for him. It's never going to happen. I want him coming off our bench one day. But that's only going to happen when he's old as fuck.
Knicks tax. It's crazy.
Yo, Leon Rose called Duarte, bro. He needs a fucking job.
Where the fuck is Duarte?
He needs a job.
He's just home?
He needs a job, bro. He's home.
He's in Washington Heights right now?
Yeah, he's in the Heights. He's on 168th right now on Broadway. He needs a job, bro. Call him. We need something, bro. Him and TJ Warren. Give them both a job. I mean, TJ Warren, we already got him, technically speaking. But call him and Duarte and get him a jersey, bro.
Yeah.
Please. Some wings.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Call up some wings, bro. I would love to see Chris Duarte and Towns link up right now. It'd be tough.
Oh, for the culture?
Yeah, for the culture. Let him do like let him go to like 174th and Broadway. Or let him go to Dykeman even and just host an event. like a Knicks event, them two. That'd be tough. I would pull up to that. You won't pull up? I'm pulling up with my flag and my jersey.
Nah, I'm not pulling up.
That's so fake, bro. To see Cat and Duarte?
I'm not pulling up. I mean, I'll tell my wife. She'll probably want to pull up and then I'll go. But like, me, Dolo, I'm not gonna go. I wouldn't like fucking.
You don't want to see Towns?
At a Dykeman event?
Yeah.
Nah, I'd rather go see him at like.
What if it was the Dominican Day parade and it's confirmed that Cat's gonna be there with Duarte?
I don't fucking care.
But we lost in the second round.
Nah, I definitely wouldn't go.
All right, what if we lost in the conference finals?
I still wouldn't go.
All right, what if he brings the Larry O'Brien?
Then maybe.
What do you mean maybe? Maybe it's crazy.
Yeah, but this ain't no Knicks championship parade. It's a fucking Dominican Day
But it'll be
parade.
hype if he's carrying the Bill Russell with him and he's on a float.
I guess.
How you saying you guess?
I would a Knicks championship parade, yeah. A Dominican Day parade with just Cat there.
Holding the fucking Bill Russell trophy? That's not tough?
It is tough, but it's not more tough than a.
I'm not saying it's more tough, but I would go to both.
I would just go.
If it's advertised like Cat is gonna be there and it's him holding the Bill Russell shit, him as finals MVP, and then he's actually on the float holding with a Robinson Cano jersey on and holding the fucking trophy. Yeah, I'm gonna go and take a picture of him on the float. That's crazy that you wouldn't do that. Brandon Ingram is a Raptor, Justin. I need you to grade this trade right now.
Brandon Ingram for the Raptors. To me, this was one of the most fucking shocking, useless, confusing fucking trades that went down. I remember seeing this shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
There's like a double CPU trade in 2K.
Yeah. So the Pelicans traded Brandon Ingram to the Raptors for Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and 1 first-round pick and 1 second-rounder. By the way, this was like the trade deadline where everybody was fiending for second-round picks. Don't know why, but I guess that's the
They
thing.
busting right now.
But Ingram on the Raptors, I kind of give this shit like a fucking C-. Because it's like, I don't know what this does. The fit is weird. You have Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. The spacing on this team is just fucking disgusting. I don't like this shit at all. I feel like Ingram is a guy that he low key, like not even low key, he fucking need the ball to get his shit going. RJ is a guy who low key need the ball too. Scotty Barnes doesn't need the ball, but I feel like he's most effective when he has the ball. Same thing with Emmanuel Quickly. This team is in a weird fucking direction because it's like, fuck the on-court just play style. Just look at the salaries, bro. You're paying a shit ton of money for Emmanuel Quickly. You didn't pay RJ Barrett, but he's still under contract. Brandon Ingram is getting a shit ton of money still. You just paid Scotty Barnes in the offseason a ton of money. Your core 4 guys are getting a shit ton of money. Who's the 5th person?
Oh, no, I was just kind of with you.
Oh, you're paying your core 4 guys a shit ton of money, and this team has no direction at all. Like, we're looking at this team, like, we don't see them making the play-in.
I mean, hold on. I had them making the plan in the off season.
In the off season, yeah, but I'm talking about
close.
I'm talking about currently right now.
Maybe next season.
Maybe, but a lot of people are like hyping up Masai Ujiri because he bought low, and we'll see what happens in the future if he could flip him, or maybe he could, or Brandon Ingram just looks like a fucking all-star again on Toronto. But that's like the 2 main reasons why I don't like this trade. It's just like the on-court fit is gonna be weird because it's like you got 4 guys who fucking need the ball in their hand, and 4 guys that are under contract and they're getting paid a decent, like all four of those guys are getting paid like 30 mil plus a year. So it's like we talked about the Blazers being a deep bad team. This is an expensive bad team. Like,
And this is an expensive mid team.
yeah, expensive mid team, I'll say. So I I'm just confused about what Toronto's doing.
It reminds me of college football. Like it's just like where it's like offense, defense, and overall, it's like all 83 straight up. So I just have 3 questions for you, real quick, Justin, before I even grade this trade. First of all, what is the starting lineup? Everybody healthy?
For the Raptors,
Yeah.
I would think it's
Someone gotta sit.
I would think it's IQ, RJ, Ingram, Scotty, Jakob.
So Grady sits down,
Yeah.
which is kind of unfortunate. Which is kind of my point. Yeah, he's the obvious choice to sit down, but that kind of fucking sucks. I don't think he deserves to sit down, but unfortunately, out of those 6 guys, he has to. Second question is, to you, out of those guys, who is the number one option?
Out of all of those guys,
To me, it's still RJ. Even with Brandon Ingram coming in, it's still RJ Barrett.
it's probably between RJ or Ingram.
Who's the best player? Has that changed with BI coming in or no?
It's weird because now I'm looking at RJ a little bit differently now because now it's like you got to play because like you got to play with other talented guys now, and we got to see how that looks because now you got to play with Scotty, Ingram, quickly. We'll see how it goes. Like there were times in New York where it was Brunson, Randall, and him, and it was like, where's RJ? So we'll see how it goes for now.
But all those guys in the inverse have to do the same thing.
Yeah. So I feel like I would low key trust Ingram a little bit more because he's kind of been in that situation where he's played with other talented people and he's looked really good. So I would probably have more
I don't
faith.
think this much talent, though. Not this much talent. Not this much talent that needs the ball this much.
I mean,
Like
New Orleans,
like
he had Zion, CJ.
Zion, CJ. But like
He never got to play with DeJounte, right?
2 minutes. Like I'm being funny, but like you know what I mean. Like barely. Like there's way more guys. He has to play with like 4 other guys that need the ball now. You feel me? This is so much more different. I don't like how this is looking for him.
And on the Lakers, he played with Bron.
Scotty too. Let's not forget had a sophomore slump, or if you want to call it a sophomore static movement, because remember who was on that team. You still had OG there. You still had Siakam there. You feel me? He still had to play with a lot of good guys there. Once Siakam was gone, yeah, he ascended a little bit. Yeah. But now he's, like you said, sharing the floor with Quick. When he's healthy, Quick, RJ, BI, and Grady when he's on the floor. So he also has to adjust. It's not just RJ that has to adjust. None of these guys are used to playing with this much talent and being able to succeed. And one of them has to step up and say, hey, I'm the best player. I'm the number one option. Or the coaching or the front office has to decide, like, hey, this is my franchise guy. The thing is, they're on the same tier.
Yeah.
I know some Raptor fans, because they drafted Scotty and Scotty's their guy and Scotty's been there since day one. They want to say, oh, it's obviously Scotty, whatever. Let's be realistic. Scotty Barnes is not that much better than RJ. Scotty Barnes is not that much better than BI. Let's just be serious. They're all on the same tier. I personally would take RJ over Scotty. RJ to me has been better than Scotty this year. So I, this year, think RJ's been the best Raptor. Next year, that could change. So with BI coming in, it kind of fucks it up on who's the number one option for next season. We don't know who it's going to be, so I think the Raptors are kind of cooked for next season. Maybe BI is the best player next year. Maybe it has to be BI that averages 24. Maybe it has to be RJ. Maybe RJ has to be the primary playmaker. Maybe it has to be Quick. Maybe it has to be Scotty. We don't know. So it's going to kind of have to suck, because I don't know who has to take the step up and who has to take the step back. Because these are all guys who are on an equal footing when it comes to talent. And it's some of these guys, too, who have similar archetypes, what I'm talking about in terms of Scotty and RJ. They kind of have some, in certain aspects, their archetypes kind of just clash with each other. in certain aspects. Bi, his skill set is completely different from those two guys.
Yeah.
But certain parts, I'm not saying RJ and Scotty play the exact same way, but certain facets of their games are similar and they clash with each other. They don't mesh well together. Quick, I think Quick is still gonna get his shit in, but not as much as he wants. And then Grady, unfortunately, is the black sheep, and he has to sit on the bench until, unfortunately, one of these fucking 4 guys gets hurt. So this is an L move for them. Like you said, C minus, maybe even D plus. It doesn't make sense to me.
I wonder how much shit will change if Toronto gets a top 3 pick in this year's draft. Because currently, right now,
That's a concern too.
They're projected to get the 5th pick in the draft.
They gotta hope. I'm not gonna lie. They gotta hope that they get Dylan Harper.
Yeah, I would love Dylan Harper for this team.
Because I understand Cooper is the most talented. I know when. The thing is, they're not trash.
They're not.
When you're trash,
They're not.
when you're a trash team, you draft BPA. When you're like kind of bad, but you're on the up and up, I would draft fit. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think no matter what, you draft BPA. To me, I think your situation depends. You feel me? Sometimes it's BPA. If you're like really garbage down the dumps, you draft BPA. If you're like kind of bad, but like you kind of lucked in and you jumped up like 3 picks up or whatever, you're supposed to have the 7th pick, you jumped into the 3rd pick, draft fit, in my opinion. For them, I would draft fit. Grab Dylan Harper if you could grab him. I wouldn't grab Ace if I'm them. I wouldn't grab Cooper. Maybe that's a crazy take, but to me, I feel like Cooper would just fuck this whole shit up. He doesn't fit with them.
No, I agree.
You're just grabbing another guy who's the same size as these guys, and then what? You're gonna have to ship out not just one of these guys. You're gonna have to ship out 2 of them. Being honest with you,
You would fuck up Coop's career for that.
you would have to ship out 2 of these guys.
Yeah.
You would have to, even the same thing with Ace. You would have to ship out 2 of these guys. So you gotta pray that you're in a position to get Dylan.
For real.
You have to pray that you get Dylan.
You gotta pray you get the 2nd or 3rd pick.
Because you're gonna have to ship out 2 of Scotty, RJ, or Brandon Ingram. Because if you didn't get Bi, you would have had to just ship out one of these guys if you could have captured the flag or gotten Ace, which would have been easier than what the situation that you just put yourself in right now. This was stupid.
I deadass want to know what Toronto would do if they got number 1.
This is stupid,
I wonder if
bro.
they actually would take Cooper, or if they would trade back. The smart thing to do would be trade back.
But the thing is, in a draft like last year, of course I would trade back.
Yeah.
Any day of the week I would trade back. But with how much Cooper is getting hyped up, if I'm Toronto, I would kind of second guess myself. I'm like, fuck, am I really gonna trade back? Am I gonna be known as the team that traded back the pick that could have gotten Cooper Flag? And now he's phenomenal. Now he's a perennial all-star. And meanwhile, what I get? I landed like the 5th pick. Like the guy I got.
Yeah, you have to take a
That's
look
what
in the mirror.
sucks. You're second guessing yourself.
Masai
that whole
really
time.
gotta be like Scotty or Cooper Flag for the next 10 years. Like,
Yeah. And I don't blame. I know people are, because of the hype of Cooper Flag, like obviously Cooper Flag. We don't even know what his career is gonna look like. Let's be serious right now. We don't know. We're looking at the Luka and Trey trade right now. People are saying, "Oh, well, now we know the Hawks win the trade." Technically, no. In my opinion, still no. The Hawks haven't made the finals.
And Luka's still way better than Trey.
Yeah, even though Luka left the Mavs, they still made the finals. 2nd place trophies mean nothing, but they made the finals. The Hawks, to me, are never going to make the finals with Trae Young. So to me, the Hawks still won the trade. I mean, the Mavs still won the trade, you feel me? But the Hawks are still known as the guys that traded back when they could have gotten Luka. They're still known as a team that traded back when they could have gotten Luka. The Raptors are going to have to deal with the same shit if they end up getting the number 1 pick. And you have to deal with that stress of, fuck, am I really going to trade back when I could get Cooper Flag? Even if they get the 2nd pick. Because the 2nd pick is still not confirmed. It's still a toss-up between Ace and Dylan Harper. There's no consensus number 2.
I think Dylan Harper is consensus too.
Consensus?
Yeah. To me personally.
Oh, to you personally. I'm saying because it's different in different mock drafts. That's
yeah,
why.
Okay. Oh, yeah. For me, Dylan Harper's.
Yeah, for you it's consensus. But in different mock drafts, it switches. The top 3 is consensus. Nobody else is entering the top 3 besides those 3, obviously. But 2 and 3, it changes.
I don't know.
Number 1 is always
A
Cooper.
lot of niggas like to get crazy with Ace Bailey. It's just fucking insane.
Going out of the top 3?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Some people have him out the top fucking 5.
they're yeah. Certain word. But from South Park, but yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
bro.
fucking insane if you think that. I'm sorry.
But Toronto, I know you said C-. I might even go as low as D+, bro. This doesn't make sense.
It makes no fucking
This
sense.
made no sense at all. Like the RJ and Quick thing, it worked out. Like I felt like that was a perfectly fine trade. To get another wing, stupid. It was a stupid move. Especially when Grady's doing pretty well this season and now you're relegating him to the bench for the whole next season. It was stupid. For New Orleans, I like it. Not in terms of the pieces that they got back. In terms of, number 1, getting rid of the headache. Number 2, not having to pay BI. Number 3, the most underrated part, which we've been talking about the whole off season, the whole time this news has come up with BI. Being able to fully, not to say that he hasn't been free this season, but being able to fully free Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
Brother is averaging 23 on 48%
Fucking
shooting.
dogging, bro.
Thank you.
And not only is he dogging,
Thank you for this free agency fantasy pickup, bro.
He's actually he's doing some shit.
He gave me 60 something fantasy, bro.
Yeah, I've been
twice this week. And I locked in the
I
higher
love
one.
this for Trey Murphy because he's getting to have his little Mikal Bridges arc right now.
Hold up. Better.
No, better. Yeah.
He's better than him.
Nah, yeah. But he gets to have that right now. And hopefully he continues it.
I know you're just saying it because the post KD trade, but he's better than Kel post KD trade.
Nah, yeah, just seeing some of the
holy
moves
shit.
he's doing, I'm like, whoa, Mikal wasn't doing that shit.
Now I kind of wish because he did that roommates episode. Now I kind of wish that we could get him somehow, but
Price just went
it's
up.
fucking insane. Yeah, there's no way we'll ever get him. But I just wish though. But I'm really happy for him. Obviously he was still getting his this season anyways, regardless. But now I fully feel like this is his shit, 100%, no doubt about it. New Orleans is his shit, especially with the problems with Zion and everything. This is 100% his shit. Can he be proud to call New Orleans his? Maybe not right now in the moment. But this is his team, though.
Thank God they paid him when they did.
Yeah,
Because if they
that's a
waited,
W2.
ooh, that would have been.
That's a W2. That's a W2. You got him on the cheap low key right now.
Yeah.
So that's a W2 for them. So I'll give them not because of the asses, but just because of freeing and everything. Maybe a B plus. You feel me? The pieces they got back, nothing crazy, but
One thing I forgot to say about the Warriors Heat trade real quick. The Heat got back a top 10 protected pick from the Warriors. So
for which year?
For this year.
They gotta make the plan though.
Yeah. So
For this to work out, they gotta make the plan.
yeah. So we'll see.
They gotta make the plan and lose a game
Because historically,
at best.
Miami usually picks really good in that spot. Like the 13, 14. That's why they got Bam and Tyler Hero. They got him 13, 14.
Yeah, Bam was 13.
And Tyler was 14. Actually, no. It might have been the other way.
No, I think Bam was 13.
I think Tyler was 13. Bam was 14.
You sure?
Yeah, because I think it's the reverse of their jersey numbers, which is crazy.
Damn, I might be slow then. What I was about to say though is I'm sorry, I said it incorrectly. At worst, they need the Warriors to make the play
Yeah,
and lose the game.
Bam was 14th. And I'm about to check Tyler right now.
Shout out to the Heat, man.
Tyler was 13th, yep. So you just think about their jersey numbers. Just swap them.
Shout out to the Heat. We're gonna lock into Warriors real quick before we talk about the Suns drama and the KD drama because it is kind of like the final trade to talk about. Actually, no, sorry, we have one more trade to talk about too, the Hawks and the Cavs trade. But let's actually talk about that one before we talk about the two big Laker trades. Karis LeVert for DeAndre Hunter, man.
And Georges Niang.
Okay. We're talking about the big pieces. But man, Colin doesn't want us to say it because he thinks we're jinxing it. But man, super team in Cleveland, bro. If he's healthy. Super team in Cleveland. That defense lineup, it's gonna be hell. I truly think, and I wasn't joking. I know Colin thinks that not that we're joking, but kind of trying to jinx on purpose. But I think there's two tier 1 teams in the East, and I think it's just Boston and Cleveland. with this move specifically.
Yeah, I'm afraid now.
Yeah, I am. Now you're afraid.
Yeah.
I wish he was here. I invited him too. I didn't tell you I invited him, but he's working the next 4 Saturdays, he said. I was like, damn, that fucking sucks. But this would have been the perfect time for him to be here so that he could hear you say that. But W move for them. Karis LeVert, good piece, cool guy and everything, but there's a much better fit for them.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a problem in the playoffs. If healthy, that's the one concern. That's the one catch-22. He has to be healthy.
Yeah. I love this trade for Cleveland, man. You get to link him back up with his college teammate Ty Jerome. Last time they played together, they won a championship. They just got to get Kyle Guy now, and it's over. But
get him a job, bro. Where is he?
I don't know where he's
hasn't
at.
Played in years.
55th pick, I remember that.
Shout out to the Kings.
But yeah, I love this trade for Cleveland, bro. I like that they're actually like going after it, and like, yeah, this is the time. Like, this is one of the best teams in the league. They're trying to go after it this year. I know there's some concerns about like the contracts like later on, because they're gonna be paying like 10 guys on the roster. But you don't really worry about that shit until it's really time to worry about it. You're just focused on this season. I do wonder how it's gonna go, like having him in the starting lineup, because I did kind of think, I'm like, would it be better like if he came off the bench? Because like him with the second unit, I feel like would be lit. Because that's what he was coming off the bench in Atlanta, like now, and you saw his best fucking season. So I'm like, I thought it was a thought, because it's like starting lineup, you're gonna be playing with Garland, you're gonna be playing with Mitchell, you're gonna be playing with Mobley, you're gonna be playing with Allen. You probably won't get those same opportunities that you got in Atlanta to like create. Like, yeah, you probably gonna get more open shots and shit. But it's just a thought to see like how he would be with the second unit with Ty Jerome, like who's somebody you already have chemistry with, and you got to just run the show in the second unit. Obviously, he would close for Cleveland.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could come off the bench. He just has to close though.
Yeah, obviously he would close, but I just wanted to see what it would be like, because it's like you could start with Okoro and start the game off like that, and then at least you have a punch coming off the bench with Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter. To me, that sounds a little bit scarier than him starting off the game and maybe he's not in rhythm, because you have Garland with the ball having to create. Donovan Mitchell's gonna look for his own shit, and then you got 2-man game with Mobley and Garland, or Mobley and Mitchell. So yeah, he'll probably get more open shots in theory, but that's something you have to think about. He might not get into his rhythm like in the beginning of the game. So I just think with him and Ty Jerome coming off the bench, that could be something scary. But obviously he will close the game.
Nah, yeah, and even just forget about closing the game or coming off the bench, just the defensive lineup.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the real painkiller when it comes to playoffs.
Well,
the
Okoro,
straight
Hunter,
defensive lineup.
Mobley, Allen, and who will be that? Oh, Dean Wade.
Dean Wade. Respect Dean Wade.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a real big problem, bro. So I would give him an A-. On the Hawks side, I mean, it's a whatever move to me.
Trying to get that pick.
Like it's a whatever move to him. I'll give him like a C. Like it doesn't really move me for them on their side.
This episode got me checking fucking Tankathon.
Tankathon, like a motherfucker. You feel me?
The Hawks. Oh shit. I don't even think the Hawks got their pick, bro.
Hawks are a shitty team.
Oh, the Hawks pick is protected.
The Hawks fans was really trying to talk shit, bro. And now they fell all the way down.
It's unprotected. What the fuck?
To who?
The Spurs.
Oh yeah, the Spurs still got they shit.
I think it's top 11 protected. So if it goes 12 and up, the Hawks get it. But have fun with that, Atlanta.
How are they gonna get that though?
And I don't even know who the fuck would they draft. You have Trey, you have Dyson, you have Jalen Johnson.
But forget that. Think about the feasibility. How are you gonna get your own pick? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Because we're already talking about how what's it called? How Chicago's gonna get their own pick. And how they're gonna miss the playoffs completely.
Yeah.
Atlanta gotta miss the playoffs completely too. They're the 9-8 seed right now. So they gotta lose their playing games as well.
Yeah, just shut down Trae Young.
They gotta shut down Trae Young.
Damn, the Spurs could have fucking 2 lottery picks this year.
The thing is, too, also, that would be fucking crazy.
They would have had 3 if it wasn't for the Bulls trade.
Because the Sixers could replace one of the two of Chicago and Atlanta. Who's going to replace the other one? It's not going to be the Nets. You feel me?
Damn, where the fuck are the other Nets?
Like, if they were both trying to just avoid the plan completely, one of them is going to have to make the plan and just throw the game completely.
Yeah.
That's the only chance that they'll get. There's no way that both of them get replaced in the plan.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I don't think Trae Young even wants to get shut down, but they probably just have to do it and just have to go over his head, basically.
Yeah.
Sucks for Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for y'all. I don't feel bad at all. They was talking a lot of shit the whole season, bro. There was a top 4, top 5 seed at one point. Y'all all the way down to 9. Y'all had an ugly losing streak. I don't feel bad. I have no remorse for Atlanta fans, bro. You guys have not won a championship since before MLK gave a speech, bro. Like, that's ridiculous. Since Bob Pettit was in the fucking league. So I don't feel bad at all. Oh, well. Go chase your own pick. Go try to get that top 11, top 12. You said top 11 or top 12 protected?
Top 11 protected.
Good luck. You have a wild chase to try to get to that shit. Good luck, bro. You're going to have to throw. The East is so bad, you're going to have to throw your playing game. Because if they're in the West, they're fine. They will secure that shit ASAP. Because there's so many West teams that would make the playoffs easily in the East right now. But in the East right now, y'all going to have to throw your playing game. You're not getting replaced. The Bulls will get replaced by Philly for their playing spot. You're not getting replaced by anybody. No one's saving you.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So for them, maybe I give you like a C minus. Cleveland, A minus, bro. I think they're going to be a problem for us to face.
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter's a fucking Knicks killer.
I think this is going to be a problem for Boston. Mainly, too. I think he's going to be matchup hell for the Jays. If either one of them on the floor, too, he's going to be a problem for both of them. So I think they're really prepping and building to play against Boston. They know that they're number one. Same way that we built to beat Boston, nobody else, they're doing the same exact thing. They can have Okoro and Hunter out at the same time just solely to stop the Jays and have anybody else beat them. And I think that's kind of the structure you have to do. The same way the Rockets built to beat the Warriors and only the Warriors, us and them were doing the same thing with Boston.
And they're talking to Ben Simmons.
Okay, moving on.
Ben Simmons just got bought out.
Okay, moving on. Who cares, bro? Who gives a fuck?
Colin said he wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, if you want to lose. Like, if they want to move down to tier A with us, sign Ben Simmons. You feel me? Do it. Colin,
they said Clippers and Cavs are talking to Ben Simmons right now.
Go to the Clippers, bro, please.
I think he's going to go to the Clippers.
Go to the Clippers.
He's a LA guy, I feel like.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Make them a shitty team. Don't fuck up the Cavs.
I don't think he want to go to Cleveland.
Go ahead. Go chase the LA shit. Fuck them up. Don't fuck up the Cavs. Actually, fuck up the Cavs for us so that we have a chance. Pass the ball in a close game in a game 7 against us, please.
He gonna have Jalen Brunson on him, and he gonna pass it up.
Nah, he'll have Tyler Kolek against him in a post up and pass that shit out to Okoro in the corner, bro. Nah, bro, that should be mad
he would
embarrassing.
get the biggest promo ever, bro.
I wouldn't even cut a promo. I would just sit here and laugh for 20 minutes. I'm not really just sit here and laugh 20 minutes straight. Not make no jokes.
I think I might come with shades and a fucking chain and just make like a Ben Simmons like live like diss track.
I might
and
really,
just be mad disrespectful.
I might really just sit here and laugh, bro. I might really just sit here and laugh.
I don't even know if I would post it. I would record it though.
I might just come here fried. I would really come here fried and just laugh, bro. I'm not even trying to be funny. I would put no effort into the episode. I would just laugh. I would have to do nothing. I'll be fried and laugh. I'll have Dequan here too.
Imagine Kolek's in the game, bro.
We would give Kolek minutes, bro, at that point. Just imagine Ben Simmons, bro. Ridiculous. Let's get over to LA though, Justin. We didn't really grade the Luka trade. We'll talk about the Mark Williams shit after. I'm giving, obviously, LA the A+,
Yeah,
right?
it's a fucking A+.
We don't have to go over the trade. We gave the trade itself 40 minutes. As much as Dallas lost the trade and so on and so forth, I'm not going to give him an F. I'm not going to give him a D. I'm not even going to give him a C. Still got Anthony Davis. Max Christie is a valuable piece. The defense has improved. I still think you're going to be a playing potential playoff team. You feel me? I don't really think you're going to win a series. I still think there's a lot of teams in the West. I think there's at least 6, 7 teams in the West that are still better than the Mavericks and could beat them in a 7 game series. But this still isn't a terrible move to me. The reason that this is a bad move is because you lost Luca. But in regards to like return and team construction itself and talent, it's not that bad. I'll give it like a B minus. B minus, maybe even like a B. I'll give it a B minus. You feel me? I'll be a little bit more harsh. You still have a competent team. I'm not gonna repeat what I said earlier in terms of like needing one of these star guys to be that number one option. I don't know who's gonna be the one to step up. Obviously, you would expect it to be AD, but who knows? But I don't think I do. The one thing I'll say, I do think it's really unfair the way that people are diminishing AD in his resume though. You would think that the way that people are complaining about this shit, like mass sensitively, that AD's like a piece of shit. You feel me? We've seen um we've seen worse returns. We've seen like a 36-year-old Paul Pierce and KG get traded for picks. You feel me? And I understand the pain of losing a 25-year-old Luca who just made like 5 All NBA first teams in a row. I understand that sucks. It really does suck. But getting AD as a consolation prize isn't that bad. You feel me? So I wouldn't really go out of my way and like say AD sucks, AD's fucking terrible, whatever. He's still a very good player. So there's not that many consolation prizes in the league that you could have gotten that would have been much better. You feel me? The only thing that could have been better would have been what? Giannis, Wemby,
Yeah.
Jokic in a return. I mean, maybe Ant-Man.
I mean, they said specifically they want a defensive-minded two-way big or whatever.
And like I commented in the emergency pod, the only thing that could have meant was because when they said that they talked to one mystery team, to me it was either the Spurs or the Bucks because only Giannis and Wemby matched that profile. So
The Spurs is probably like,
they probably just hung up. They said, "Hey, we're thinking of giving you Luca. Oh, cool. For who? Do you want Keldon, Sohan, and Castle and all of our picks? No, when click. Didn't even give him a chance to finish the name. The Giannis one, they probably thought about it for a second and said, nah, we good, and hung up. You feel me? But I think the Giannis one makes a little bit more sense. They probably tried for Giannis because Giannis is the same age as AD, basically. He's like a year or two younger. I think just a year younger, I think. So there's not too many returns that you could have gotten. There's only like a handful of players you could have gotten better than AD in a return for just straight up player for player return than Luka. So of course I would be upset, but I wouldn't be bitching too much in terms of like player returns you could have gotten. I would have definitely like connect four and picks in addition as well too.
yeah,
To be talked down is insane to me.
yeah. In terms of return, I would give them like a B. But just in terms of like the situation you put yourself into, it's like a fucking F. But yeah, my initial thoughts, like when they got AD, like just looking at the team on paper, I'm like, this is still like a solid team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna win a playoff series. They're not gonna go nowhere. And I see, like, some people have like this hypothetical of like, what if the Mavs go on a run and win the championship?
That's ridiculous.
Will this justify them trading? Like, will Mavs fans be like, okay, we got a chip? I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, because that shit is not gonna happen. I'm sorry, no chance. And I don't even want to get into everything you said, but it is true, bro. You're putting a lot more on Kyrie. You're asking a lot more. Like, I don't think people understand the level of like IQ that Luka Doncic has, and you're just taking that away. Like, I seen people like after this trade, they was like, "Hey, Derek Lively, get ready for the NBA. No more Luka lobs, buddy."
Yeah.
Like, now you got Kyrie, who's looking to get his, and he not making those same passes that Luka was making. Luka is 6'7". He could see over the fucking defense. Kyrie is 6'2".
With shoes.
With shoes. So it's like, yeah. It was like, Lively, get ready to learn the NBA. But yeah, this is still like a good team on paper, but I look at the West standings and I'm like, which teams could they like?
That's exactly. I was about to go through every team in the West and see
I'm
who
like,
they beat in a
which
7-game
team could they
series.
realistically beat in a series, bro?
I mean, I'll tell you right now. In a 7 games versus the Thunder, how many games is it going? And who's favor? We don't even have to really do it.
They might get swept, bro.
Yeah, that's a sweep in OKC.
It might be like a close sweep.
Grizzlies versus Mavs. I'll entertain this. I'm not gonna lie. I'll entertain this. You know me. I'm not really rating Memphis like that. I might really go. This is one of the few teams I got Dallas beating. To be honest with you,
Dallas's defense is gonna be fucking crazy.
I'll go Dallas in 6 versus Memphis. Maybe 7.
The thing that intrigues me with Dallas with this specific matchup is, I know completely different teams, but like when the Lakers played the Grizzlies, this nigga AD had John Morant in fucking prison. And now it's only going to be worse because the personnel that the Mavericks have just strictly on defense. And Jaren Jackson was like, whatever in that series.
He was not doing much.
It's tough though because it's like, I feel like if the Mavs want to win this series, they literally have to like dominate and run these motherfuckers out the gym. Because I feel like if it's close, bro, I feel like if it comes down to like a close ass game, like close possession, I feel like Memphis gonna take it. That's tough. I think I would. I think I low key might go Memphis in this series.
How many games are?
This shit would go like 6, 7 games.
So you see, like this is the one that
Like,
at least go the
this shit would
stretch.
go 6, 7. Because I've seen like John Morant go like 5 for 18, but he'll make that game winner.
Denver,
Oh, they losing.
Denver and 5. Denver and 5. Denver and 5. They're not beating Denver.
Yeah.
Houston. You know I don't rate Houston either, to be honest with you, in terms of playoffs. But to be honest with you,
close. I'm not gonna lie.
to be honest with you, Amen might kill Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because this is also what's kind of killing me in this this potential Dallas could go on a run. Whatever. They still have Kyrie. Kyrie's clutch. Clutch does not matter when you're down by 15 with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. Number one, this isn't Kyrie from 5 years ago. Kyrie in this past playoffs, 2 series he was trash. 2 of them he was phenomenal. So for half the playoffs he was great, half of them he was bad. People were just ignoring the bad part though. Especially the finals where he crumbled completely. And that's with Luka next to him. Another all-time, not just one of the best today perimeter players offensively, one of the best of all time perimeter players of all time next to him. And he still folded. He doesn't have that next to him anymore. He is the primary perimeter player in the playoffs getting targeted now. Without that Hall of Fame talent next to him on the perimeter and Luka. And he's going to have a man on him, for example. Clips for him. To be honest with you, I know I don't rate Houston. Houston would pack them up. Houston would pack up the Mavs. And I don't have Houston beating a majority of teams in the West in a 7-game series. Houston would pack up Dallas. Kyrie would have no impact on this series, in my opinion. He's not averaging no 25. AD will. AD will hoop. But Kyrie's not having no impact on the series.
I feel like this series would be a lot closer than it is. Because, yeah, that came into my mind, too. Like, Amen would have Kyrie in fucking prison. But then it's like, I feel like if Houston wants to win this shit, they would literally have to run out the gym on Dallas. And it's going to be tough because it's like, all right, who's their point guard? Fred VanVleet. Yeah, and what Dallas likes to do is, yeah, shoot a bunch of threes. Go ahead. But you're not coming in this paint.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. I've seen a bunch of Fred VanVleet this year, and it's like, I'm not trying to rely on that shit. And I'm sorry, with like Najee Marshall guarding him, I'm sorry, it's gonna be clips for that motherfucker.
It's gonna be
Jalen
ugly.
Green, as much as we praise him, still unproven in the playoffs, and he was very inconsistent. With that Dallas front line, good luck. Good fucking luck. And Şengün, good luck. I'm sorry, bro.
Against AD.
He's gonna be in fucking hell. He gonna have AD and he gonna spin off and be like, I'm free. And Daniel Gafford off the fucking glass.
Gone.
Is and then Amen, the playoffs slow down, bro. It's gonna be a half court game, and he's a dog in transition. But now we have to see a completely different game when this shit slow down and it's a half court game, and he got to shoot a pull up midi off a screen. We gonna see how that should work. I think I would lean Dallas low key in this series just because I know Houston has like all the exciting shit and all the pieces that they could throw at. I do agree with you. I think Kyrie is not gonna be that great in this series, but I just feel like Dallas, even though they don't have Luka, this team has like they've been in some big spots, and they have guys that have been in big spots where it's like we not about to lose to these motherfuckers. So I would lean Dallas. It'll be a close series, but I think Dallas would win that series.
The Lakers are blowing them out the water.
Yeah, Lakers
Revenge.
don't even show up to the game.
Timberwolves.
I would take the Timberwolves.
I'm taking the Timberwolves in 6 specifically. It'll be close. Maybe 7. No, give me the 6. Give me the 6. I think the Timberwolves would run rampant on them. I think Rudy, even though a lot of people like to disrespect him, I think that he could cause AD some problems. I think Ant-Man would go wild on them boys. I can't lie. I don't think that I understand the perimeter guys that they do have could cause some problems for certain players, like you said, Jalen Green, like in the men. That's just not working on Ant-Man, who's been to the playoffs numerous times. This will be what? His 4th playoff run coming up right now?
Ants.
I believe this will be his 4th.
22, 23, 24. Yeah, this
will be like his 4th playoff run. He's already experienced, gotten to the conference finals. He's seen a lot of different defenses already. He's had a lot of different great defenders thrown at him already in his time in his league in the postseason. This is going to be nothing different for him. He already knows what's going on when it comes to the postseason.
Yeah.
I think he would dominate this entire series. The Clippers is where it kind of gets interesting because, as we know, the Kawhi shit's looming in the air. Like, I don't even know what to do when it comes to the Clippers. Because it always feels like an unfair conversation where it's like Kawhi's playing, Kawhi's not playing. Maybe Kawhi plays half the series, you feel me? What if Kawhi plays but he's not the real Kawhi Leonard? So I'll let you decide the stipulation, Justin, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard in this series.
If Kawhi's playing, give me Kawhi.
Yeah. Give me the Clippers in 5 if Kawhi's playing.
Yeah. If Kawhi's not playing, I still low-key want to lean the Clippers, but it'll probably be like a 7-game series.
You just have Kawhi's not playing?
Yeah.
You'll lean the Clippers? Damn, that's kind of wild. I think if Kawhi's not playing, I'll take the Mavs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just tough because it's like the Clippers have shown us all season long with or without Kawhi. Like, this defense is fucking insane.
Playoffs is different, bah.
Yeah. But I don't know. We saw Derrick Jones Jr. last year being a fucking menace in the playoffs. And now you throw him on Kyrie and like, yeah, good luck, Kyrie. And Norman Powell, do I trust him to be 24 points a game in the playoffs? I don't think so, but I still feel like he'll be damn good. I feel like this series, this shit might go like 7 games. It's tough. But if Kawhi plays, yeah, give me Clippers in like 5 or 6.
Dallas versus Phoenix. Now we kind of getting into like a mid-off. I would, after seeing what Phoenix did last year, I would take the Mavs.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Mavs
Phoenix
here.
was fucking horrible.
Phoenix was so disappointing last year. To get swept in the fashion that they did, and it wasn't even competitive. Give me Dallas, bro.
Yeah, no Nurkic anymore. Got Nick Richards. But even, I'm sorry, bro.
It's just not moving, man.
I'm sorry.
Respect to Nick Richards too. I'm not laughing at him, but I'm just saying like that's just not turning a. If you had Nick Richards there for last series, right? That's not turning a sweep into like a W.
Yeah, I would go Dallas. Just for the simple fact of, I feel like Dallas is gonna dominate the. I know this is like more of a. I don't know if they track this in NBA, but like football, like I feel like Dallas would dominate like time of possession, just because of all the extra possessions they're gonna get with the
They
offensive
might
glass.
track that. I've never even looked for that myself, but they might track that.
Yeah, because I always hear them bring it up in football, but I feel like Dallas would dominate the glass in that series because you have AD and Gafford. Like Gafford right now, I mean, I know AD's not playing yet. This motherfucker's getting like 15 rebound games. And imagine you throw AD in there, who's averaging like 12, 13 rebounds this season. And I feel like the only way Phoenix will have a chance is if like the games will have to be close. And it's tough. Like, I know we talk, and they don't, do they really? I mean, who the fuck would you throw on Kyrie in this series? Like, Devin Booker, I guess? Or do you,
Grayson Allen.
do you want to give Ryan Dunn that leash? Do you want to trust him? Because I know Ryan Dunn is like, but I feel like Kyrie, like against a rookie.
I'll trust Devin Booker. Like all jokes aside, fuck the Grayson Allen shit. Like, I was joking. I'll trust Devin Booker.
Yeah, I feel like Devin Booker would have to take.
I could trust him at this point.
But then what sucks with that is like you have him guarding Kyrie. He got to use a bunch of energy on that and try to score on the other end. And then Kevin Durant, he gonna have to backpack a lot of the offense. I don't know who the fuck is gonna be guarding Anthony Davis from Phoenix. Who the fuck is
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, good luck, buddy. Yeah, give me the Mavs in like 6.
That's true. Who would guard? Because if let's say you put Nick Richards, right? You put Nick Richards on AD. KD's gonna have to guard Gafford. And even then,
And nobody's gonna have a fun time doing that.
even then, that's not gonna be good. So
Gafford gonna be, and then when y'all do that, y'all gonna have to.
you're not getting no boards.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be worried about Lively coming off the bench.
You guys are getting no fucking boards. This would be a bad matchup. Yeah, I'll take the Mavs.
And I feel like Najee is one of those guys who could sneaky like have like a playoff series where it's like holy shit, like how PJ had against the Thunder last year.
Yeah.
I feel like Najee could have one of those. Not every single series, but just one series.
All right, we'll do one more and then one that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We already know the Kings will sweep them. So give me the Kings. Kings are sweeping them niggas.
The Mavs?
Yeah. Give me the Kings in 4. Maybe 3. Don't even show up to game 4.
Nah.
Sabonis owns AD, bro. AD's ass belongs to Sabonis, bro. And I'm not even adding a pause to that.
They haven't played in the playoffs, right?
No, but I'm not even adding a pause to that neither. He owns AD. And Zach LaVine is that. You feel me?
We talked about down the list of like Kyrie gonna be in jail. This is gonna be the series where like Kyrie is like, oh, finally.
He's like,
Yeah.
I could do something.
I could see the daylight.
Hey,
You're gonna have
hey.
Keon Ellis, you about to
Keon Ellis is he's in the high 90s percentile of defense.
see Kyrie.
And Devin Carter's going to get some more minutes as the season goes on.
I mean, that's a rookie who's his size.
But if we go on proven guys, though, Keon Ellis is high percentile in defense, perimeter defense. So don't think there's going to be no easy shit for Kyrie against Keon Ellis.
I think I like Kyrie against Keon Ellis more than like, because I feel like the motherfuckers you don't want on Kyrie are like the big wings, like the big tall wings.
All right, but Ben Thompson's 99th percentile. Like, okay.
I wouldn't want
99 is better than 91.
No, but
obviously.
Lou
but
Dort. I
still.
wouldn't want Lou Dort on Kyrie.
But that's also a 98. But
Jaden McDaniels, like I don't want those motherfuckers on Kyrie.
you still don't scoff at a 91.
I guess I'm looking at Keon Ellis because his frame. He's a little skinny. He's 6'5".
He still gave Curry problems, though. He put Curry in hell. In a regular season game, you could say, but he still put Curry in hell. He's capable of putting quick, smaller guards in hell.
My thing is, I don't think he'll put Kyrie in hell for a whole series.
I think so.
I don't think so. 7 games, nah.
It's not going to 7.
I'll say I feel like Kyrie gets the better of him for, let's say, 3 of those games.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
It's still a sweep, though, so it doesn't matter.
How's that a sweep?
For the Kings.
That's not a sweep.
Okay.
If he goes off for 3 of those games And you still have to factor in AD going off,
But then Sabonis is cooking him.
and AD's cooking him.
Okay. But then look.
And AD's more. AD could probably
But
stop
you
Sabonis.
still got Malik Monk giving you 20 and 10. You still got DeRozan giving you 25. Zach LaVine giving you 24 to 27. Bro, that's buckets, bro. Frying them niggas.
The Frozen. I'm not worried about that.
Frying them niggas, bro. Frying them niggas, bro.
I'm not really worried about DeRozan in the playoffs.
I'm not worried about Kyrie in the playoffs no more, bro. It's 2025. It's 2025, bro. I'm not worried about no Kyrie in the playoffs no more.
Nah, give me the Mavs, bro.
It's not no 2017 no more, bro. We done with that shit. We done with the 2010s. It's 2025 right now, bro. We almost into 2030. That's it. That shit's over, bro. I'm done with that shit.
Nah, give me the Mavs in that series.
Give me the Kings in 5. I'll give you one game. Kyrie
Kings
Cav.
traded the clutchest player in their fucking franchise.
Kyrie Cav a 35 ball in one game. The rest of them games he's not scoring 30. That's it. Keanu Ellis, bro, he like that. The last one, that's not even gonna matter because they're not even gonna make it. The Warriors.
Is Keanu even gonna close for them?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
In a close game in the playoffs, yeah. Where they need defense, yeah.
They're gonna be like, all right, Malik, I know you have 29. Yeah, sit this one out. Zach, I know you got 25. Sit this one out.
Whichever one's not performing.
DeMar, I know you hot. Sit this one out.
I don't see why not. You could throw out a lineup of Keon, Zach, DeMar, Keegan, and Sabonis. And then you could just sit out Monk. And you could have Zach playmake. Or if you're worried about the playmaking that much, you just sit Zach and then you just put in Monk. Just to have the defense for the last 2 minutes.
You're gonna have to constantly like swap motherfuckers in and out.
That's what they're doing during the win streak.
You're gonna have to
And that was without Fox. So you can't say like, oh, at least you had Fox's defense. That was without Fox. It's the same situation.
I'll take the Mavs still.
Give me Keanu Ellis, bro. And then the Warriors. All right, they cooking the Warriors. That shit don't even matter.
Yeah.
Let's be so for real. That shit don't even matter.
Yeah.
So in realistic matchups, to me, they're really only beating what? The Grizzlies. I said they're really only going to beat like the Grizzlies, the Clippers, and like the Suns. You added the Kings. Did you? And you said maybe the Rockets. You said the Rockets would be close.
I said they're beating the Rockets.
I still take the Rockets, but that's fine. You could add the Rockets.
They're
but
beating the Rockets. They're beating the Suns, and they're beating the Kings to me.
And here's the only problem too. They're not even gonna play the Suns or the Kings. So realistically speaking, they're only gonna play likely the Grizzlies or the Rockets. And to me, I don't even have them beating the Rockets. You have them beating the Rockets. So they could really only beat that we agree on one team in that top 4, which is gonna be one of those teams that they're gonna play in the playoffs. They're gonna play a top 4 team. More likely top 3, being honest. They're not beating nobody in the playoffs that they're gonna really play.
No.
So this whole thing about they could go if they make a run for a title, there's a W.
Damn, we went off fucking tangent. Holy shit.
Yeah, but this is my point where when I'm being serious, like they barely beat.
We broke it down. Yeah.
When I say they could barely beat anyone in the West, like we're not even just talking about the team because talk about it all the time. How many fucking times I've been saying this shit for like 2 months now. The West changes every day. The Warriors was the 1 seed in November. Now they're the 11 seed. Fucking the Suns was 9-2. Now they 26-25. Then the 9th. You feel me? It changes every week. Whatever. Cool, but like this is why we went through every team in the West because it's always changing, right? But currently, right now, the Mavs are the 8th seed. They'll be in the play-in. Cool. Let's say they win the first play-in game. They'll play the Grizzlies. I think they'll win. Justin think we both think they'll beat the Grizzlies. Cool. Even then, it'll be close. If they lose that game, win the second one, they gotta play the Thunder. Thunder are fucking smoking them. They're gonna beat them in 4 games. You might as well not even show up to game 4, to be honest. Just stay home. Don't show up to Dallas. Don't show up to the home arena. Don't show up to the American Airlines Center.
I said the Grizzlies would beat them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I still got the Mavs.
I said the Grizzlies would beat
So
them.
you only think they be in the Rockets then?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Like
bro.
out of the top teams
Out of the top
that
teams,
they'll
yeah.
actually play.
So then we're tied that they only beating one top team. That means that's still a bad look. They're not making no championship run, bro. They're not winning a series, realistically speaking. They're not getting no conference finals. They're screwed. They're screwed right now.
Yeah.
let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about that purple and gold. Not only did they get Luca, they also got Mark Williams,
Mark Williams.
like Luca requested. They lost Connect 4.
Motherfucker's been there not even a week. And he's
He already
like,
made a
give me that
request.
guy.
Yeah, he already made a request.
Yeah.
They only gave up Connect 4. They gave up, like you said, Cam Reddish. I don't really care about that.
And the 2031 pick.
How much long? And a second rounder.
Yeah.
How much? Let me ask you this: how many more years does Cam Reddish have?
No, he's been done.
After this year, you think he's out the league?
Wait, oh, you're saying out the league? I thought you meant like how many chances are we giving him of like?
No, I'm
give
saying
him
like
a chance.
no,
Like,
I'm saying like done with the roster. No one's ever gonna sign him again. How many more? Is this his last season? Like for real on a roster?
I would think so.
He's gotten so many chances, bro.
He's gotten mad chances.
It sucks.
Some niggas probably watch that Duke Florida State game and be like,
I'm so glad I stood firm. I stood 10 toes down because the whole time, I mean, you know me, I'm not really even big on college, but that was one of the few times. I always tell you the same fucking story. The 2 times I really cared about college was Fox and Monk at Kentucky and obviously that big 3 at Duke. That was only 2 times I really cared about watching college ball. But I'm so glad I stood 10 toes down, and it's proven to be true to this day that RJ is better than Cam Reddish. There's really some people who thought vice versa.
that's crazy.
There was really people in that time that said Cam Reddish was gonna be better than fucking RJ.
That's crazy.
And hey, RJ, even though I didn't believe it, RJ to this day is looking like the best product of the 3 so far. Maybe he didn't peak the highest, but he's looking like the best product of the 3 because Zion's not even on the floor. He's played by far the most games. He's capable of averaging 23 plus. He hasn't made the All-Star game yet, but at least he's on the floor and at least he's putting up production. So he's the best of the 3 so far. He was supposed to be the number 1 pick going into that season for Duke, so he fell all the way down to 3. But shout out to RJ, bro. Just want to give him some love. But still a shame what happened to Cam Reddish though. I don't want him to fail, but I think this is his last time being on an NBA team. Chance after chance after chance with us, with LA, with Atlanta,
I held out
Portland.
so much hope for Cam Reddish, and it's just like
It's done.
done, bro.
It's done up. It's done up.
He's about to be 26. Yeah, bro, it's over.
Charlotte, I mean, got a pick. Got that 2031 pick that was so highly touted, but
I used to put all 3 of them on the Knicks, bro, in 2K.
remember that was a thing? There was like, oh, get them all in New York.
I mean, Zion is fiending to come to the Knicks.
We good. We don't want that. We don't want that shit no more. A couple years ago we did, but not anymore. Not bad. We don't want him
Yeah,
no more.
he's fucking beasting. He fired his agent just because he didn't get him to the Knicks. I love that, by the way. Like, do what you got to do, Zion. But it might not happen.
Yeah, but for what? So we can have Joe's Pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like, come on, bro. We don't need you. I wanted him badly. I wanted him on the draft. I wanted to trade for him. But that time has passed.
Man, don't remind me of the fucking draft.
I'm sorry. He's an expired product now.
I forgot what video I was watching. They was like preaching my theory of the rigged drafts from like the Cleveland days.
I think it was rigged.
That one specifically. That was rigged as fuck.
I think it was rigged.
Telling me the Lakers jump up to fucking 4 coincidentally and then use that fucking pick to trade for Anthony Davis. Come on now. And then the Pelicans in return get their franchise guy. Come on.
And then we have to drop down coincidentally, even though we had the worst record.
Utah's going to get number 1 next year. I'm just saying it right now.
Yeah. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, it's going to be that dude from BYU.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't even know who's going to be
They're
number
gonna
1
get
pick. It's
number
going to be him.
They're going to get number 1 next year. The Spurs shit I saw, the Wemby shit I saw from a fucking mile away. I even put a bet on it.
The Wemby shit, though, I'm not saying like, I mean, the thing is that's funny about the Wemby shit. He was happy he didn't go to Houston, but in hindsight,
I remember Jabari Smith was like, I'm going to remember that.
but the thing is too, in hindsight, yeah, it's gonna work out anyways because you in San Antonio and now you got Fox and you have a good core anyways. But like in hindsight, it's like, bro, imagine you on this fucking Rockets team though.
Would have worked. He would have worked out anywhere.
It would have worked out anywhere, but like, He would have been in the playoffs this year and last year, I think.
I remember.
But Şengün would have had gone somewhere else.
I remember when it was like, oh, this is the draft Wemby's gonna be in. I'm like, fucking Spurs are gonna get it, bro.
I think if he went to Houston, though, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs last year and this year. He would have been in the playoffs as a rookie. No funny shit. They would have moved Şengün, but it wouldn't have been for pieces.
How unfair would it be if the NBA said, fuck lottery, we just going by team record?
Like NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, how the tiebreakers work. If two teams both win 16.
Team matchups, like head-to-head matchups.
Like whoever lost those or won them.
Whoever lost them
gets the pick.
Yeah.
That's also messy too because there's more tiebreakers. Like let's say it's the Knicks has 16 wins and the Clippers has 16 wins, but we went 1-1 against each other.
Yeah, that shit is tough.
Like that shit just gets super complicated, bro.
Because I was gonna ask you, I'm like, how good or like what seed do you think the Pistons would be right now? Because if it was NFL, they would have had Cade, Paolo, and Wemby.
That shit would be so nasty. They would have been a super team. They would have been a super team.
You think they'd be top 4?
To be honest with you, I don't like lottery.
I don't mind it, but be consistent every year. Like some years it was worst team has 25% odds, and it was like that for a while. And then coincidentally, when the Knicks had the worst fucking record, they decided the 3 worst teams are gonna have a 14% chance. So I don't mind it, but just keep it fucking consistent.
I don't like lottery. Just
would you go away from it completely and just be like team record?
It should just be team record. MLB, NFL does it the best. MLB used to be team record. Now they do a lottery. Why?
I don't like the lottery, bro.
And the thing that here's why I want to ask you, see if you agree with it. MLB does it where to get away from tanking, you can't get the number 1 pick back to back. You think that's a good idea? You think NBA should do some shit like that in NFL?
What? So with the lottery, you can't get it back.
You can't get back-to-back number 1 picks.
If there's a lottery, I'm cool with that.
I mean, even then, like, I still think that's kind of stupid. You can't get a back-to-back number 1 pick. So it's my fault my team sucks back-to-back years, even if I'm not tanking on purpose? How's that my fucking fault? What if my guy just gets hurt? The guy just drafted number 1. What if he gets hurt? It's game number 7 out of 82. He breaks his fucking foot. Yeah, that's my fault. We're not tanking. So now
so MLB has lottery and you can't get back-to-back number 1
Yeah.
Picks? It's also super rare that happens, like back-to-back. Like it's happened, from the top of my head, it's happened, what, like 3 times?
But to even just say, hey, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And it was also like that too when it was by record. So before the lottery too, it was also like that by record. You can't get the back-to-back number 1.
I know the Rockets got back-to-back number 1 picks. They got Samson and Hakeem. The Magic got back-to-back number 1 picks. They got Shaq,
Weber,
which they flipped for Penny. And then the Cavs got back-to-back number 1 picks. They got Wiggins and Bennett.
You can't do that in the MLB.
Yeah,
I think it should just always have been strictly record.
Team record. And I was talking to somebody, and they're like, yo, I don't fuck with team record in the NFL. Like for the draft, he's like, I wish it was a lottery. I'm like, no, you don't. No. You don't wish that. You don't, because you'll be the worst record in the league, and you'll get the fucking 4th pick. Like you don't want that, bro.
Imagine the Giants got like the 8th pick. How sick would you be right now?
I'll be tight as fuck. That's why I like team record, because it's like, all right, we just have to, like, because you're in control of your destiny. Because it's like, to successfully tank, you have to have owners, GMs, and coaches all on the same page. The players, they just gonna play. But if those 3 at the top are all on the same page, because like me and my brother would have these conversations, and he'll be like, yo, if I was an NFL team and I'm struggling, I would just tank for like 3 years straight.
He needs to be on the fucking show.
He was like, yo, I would just tank for 3 years straight and just build my team like that.
Could.
Yeah. Or you could do what Chicago did. You get the number 1 pick and you're like, nah, we're not taking the QB. Trade back
for assets.
And that fucking helped them a lot. I feel like with the NFL, it's way more beneficial if you tank. And it's easy. It's a little bit easier to tank in NFL. You could just be like, we're going to rest our starting QB. We suck this year. 3rd string QB. Or you just sign a 4th stringer. You're just going to start for the rest of the year.
You're going to start.
That's what the Giants did. once Daniel Jones was gone, there was like Drew Lock was our second string. They skipped him completely and said, DeVito, you started for 2 games. I wasn't mad at it. But I'm like, that's the shit you do. Like, but I'm not that big of a fan of the draft lottery, bro.
I think lottery's stupid, and it just makes things easier to rig. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, bro.
You could easily rig some shit. NFL, you can't rig that. You can't rig the order. Get rid of the lottery, bro. And the thing is too, like they say, it's like but like viewership and stuff. Like, how many people really watch the lottery itself though now? I don't watch it. I'm not even pirating the lottery anymore. I just look at the results after.
And you know what's
I don't care
stupid,
to
too?
watch it anymore.
Sometimes they like to like I feel like sometimes the purpose of the lottery is like, oh, we want to help out small markets because all these players leave the small markets
Doesn't
and go to the
help
big
them.
market. I'm like,
Doesn't
if
help
you
them.
went by team record, that would actually help the small markets. Because imagine if Detroit had Cade, Paolo, and Wemby. A lot of motherfuckers is tuning into that, bro.
Not even just that, because
And they're gonna be a good team.
Detroit's not even a small or big market. They're kind of like middle tier. Charlotte got fucked over the most. They would benefit the most.
They missed out on AD.
They missed out on a lot of talent, bro.
Yeah.
They missed out on a lot of talent, bro.
Team record would actually
They would be a better franchise.
that
if it
would
was
be
team record.
better for small markets, like realistically, because you're just gonna rack up all these young and bro. These are the top like anticipated stars. People are gonna tune in wherever they go.
I'm about to re-download 2K24, bro.
Oh,
Since
and
the
turn that shit
since the
off.
since the network's down and change that rule.
Yeah.
And just do it by team record and see what happens, bro.
You
'Cause that
low key
shit's
got me wanting to do the
ridiculous.
same thing.
That shit is ridiculous,
Because it's like
bro.
it makes no sense. Like the two biggest examples is like the Anthony Davis draft. The Chris Paul wanted to leave. They vetoed that trade. The NBA owned the Hornets at the time. And guess what? They get the #1 pick. So now they could sell that franchise and the value is even higher because now they're going to get Anthony Davis. And guess what? The motherfucker went to LA. They do the same thing.
And they had to reward them with another pick.
Yeah, and then they rewarded him with Zion after, who wanted to go to fucking New York. So like all this, like we're trying to help small market bullshit. Like the lottery doesn't help that because you're just gonna keep them down. And like the Pistons been fucked over for the last couple of years. The Pistons have had the worst record, and they get stuck with the 5th pick every single year. You're just keeping all these franchises down, bro.
I'm happy you brought up the CP3 thing too, because we're gonna get back to Mark Williams shit too. But the CP3 thing really pissed me off because people are bringing that shit up and like wow, because people are bringing this up as like a Kobe conspiracy. People are like wow, so they could veto the CP3 trades to keep Kobe from winning rings, but they letting this trade happen to help LeBron. People don't remember the context. The NBA doesn't own the Mavs.
Yeah.
The NBA doesn't own the Lakers.
Yeah.
The NBA, at the time of the CP3 trade, owned the Hornets.
Yeah.
That's why they could veto the trade. Do I agree or disagree with the vetoing of the trade? I'm not gonna say whether I do or I don't. To be honest with you, I don't have any opinion on it. It's really whatever to me. Do I think it was right or wrong? I mean, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you. I don't think or not think it was right or wrong. You feel me? I'd love to hear your opinion on it before we move on to the shit. But the thing is, some big conspiracy theory and shit, like, oh, they letting LeBron get Luka, whatever. He's fucking 40.
Yeah, he's 40.
He's 40. Who gives? This is not about helping LeBron win another ring. This isn't the NBA rigging this shit for LeBron to win another ring. They can't nix this trade even if they wanted to.
Yeah, Kobe was what, like 33 when that shit happened?
Yeah, I mean, but it's not even that. Like, this isn't about Nick. Like, they could not cancel this trade if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, even if he hated this trade, even though this is gonna benefit him, he cannot cancel this trade if he wanted to.
Yeah.
If CP3 was on the Blazers, which wasn't owned by the NBA, they could not have vetoed that trade. If someone owned I almost said the Pelicans, the Hornets in that time, they could not have vetoed the trade. It's not about a fucking conspiracy, bro. That's the one thing that kind of blew me when the trade happened, bro. To be honest with you, these fucking brainless Kobe stands that come out and talk about this being like a big ass conspiracy, bro. Yeah, I don't remember the context of the trade that happened. If you want to say I was right or wrong about the veto, that's fine, but don't say like, oh, why don't they just veto this trade? You can't. There's people that own the Mavs. There's no missing owner. The NBA doesn't have to step in to own the Mavs.
Yeah.
The NBA doesn't have to step in to own the Lakers. They both have owners. The NBA doesn't have to step in to be the ownership while they wait to look for somebody to buy the team. That was the one thing I just had to say about that shit, though, because that shit was so stupid.
And it makes no sense too, because every time I think when people bring that up, I'm like, the Lakers would have gutted their team if that trade actually went through. Because Gasol would have went out in that trade. I think Lamar Odom would have went out in that trade. So theoretically, it would have just been Kobe, Chris Paul, and just whoever the fuck.
Minimum contracts.
Yeah,
They would have had no money.
I don't remember if Andrew Bynum would have been in that trade as well.
No, it was Gasol. I'm trying to remember, bro, because it was a 3-teamer. And I think the Mavs were involved, unless I'm bugging.
I don't remember.
But Gasol would have been a Hornet. Was it the Mavs or the Hornets? It was a Texas team, and that wasn't the Spurs. No, Gasol would have been a Rocket, I think it was. And Odom would have been a Hornet, I think it was. And there's a bunch of other pieces that were moving back and forth, you feel me? But and even then, to say that would have been a guaranteed championship is so stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't guaranteed. Because your
It's the
core,
fucking West.
your core would have been Chris Paul, Kobe, and Bynum, and then you would have had to fill out the rest.
With minimums.
Yeah, with minimums, and it was a stacked West, bro.
And then that would have been going into what, the 11-12 season, correct? You're going into
Yeah.
11-12. So
You still had the Spurs with dumb nice.
you still have to beat KD and Russ.
And Harden.
Yeah, and Harden. You still have to beat the Spurs. I mean, they gutted the Mavs. I'm not going to really comment on the Mavs, to be honest with you. There's still a lot of good teams out there, you feel me? And it's like, you're automatically saying that they would have won a championship. That's just stupid to me. That's a stupid concept.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 50-win teams every year in the West during that time. And you're saying this would have just been an automatic championship? No. The Grizzlies, the grit and grind Grizzlies won 50 games that year.
Oh, you can't even think about the Clippers no more.
Yeah, the Clippers don't count.
Because
They don't count that time,
Chris
period.
Paul.
But that's just stupid to me. But going back to Mark Williams saying automatically again, another, I'm not gonna say masterclass by Lakers. I'm not gonna overhype this move for them, but this is a good move. I'll give it like a B plus. I'm not gonna glaze it to the extent that a lot of people are saying like there's an A, there's an A plus. It's a good move.
Yeah, it's a good move.
But if it was Claxton, I'll give it an A.
Yeah, if it was Claxton, that would have been an A.
If it was Miles Turner, I would have given it an A plus.
Yeah.
This isn't to say Mark Williams isn't a good player. He's a really good player, but I think a lot of people are kind of gassing who he is. He's a really good player, but I think now that he's in a Laker uniform, people are overrating him a tiny bit. So I'll give this move a B plus in terms of the Lakers. 2031, even though Luka's only 25, 26 years old, it is a decent amount away. It's still a couple years away, 6 years away. Projection, Luka should be the same, but we never know what he's going to look like in 6 years. We don't know what the Lakers look like in 6 years. That's a decent amount of time away. Maybe that pick's valuable.
Yeah.
So I think since that pick is so far away, it's kind of too far to judge this trade, low-key. Dalton Connect, maybe he's I don't think he's going to project to be anything crazy, to be honest with you. Cam Reddish, not a valuable piece at all.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give him a C minus, C maybe. C at best,
It's
nothing
weird.
crazy.
The Hornets just gave away all their centers.
Yeah.
And who would have thought Mark Williams? Actually, nah. I guess you would have thought that he would go for that there. Because yeah, we saw the price for Nick Richards, and we was like, we couldn't get in on that.
No. I wish we got into the Nick Richards sweepstake. Because again, like we commented when it happened initially weeks ago. When we got on the show and we talked about it, I was like, if we knew that's all it took, the Knicks would have been in that shit. It took nothing to get him, and we needed a center badly. We still do.
It was Josh Okogie in like 2 seconds. I would have gave you Jericho Sims in 4 seconds.
Yeah, I would have given Jericho Sims ASAP. By the way, Jericho Sims, thank you for your service. You're gone.
Yeah, I can't believe he got a breaking from Shams.
Yeah.
That could have just been its own tweet.
Yeah, DeLon Wright, welcome. You're not going to do anything, though. You're not going to play.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Bro's averaging 2 points a game.
Yeah.
He's not going to play, so.
Yeah. Lakers trade Mark Williams. I would have felt like I like Mark Williams a lot. But the thing that kind of like brings it down for me is like they traded that 2031
Mhm.
for him specifically. Like if it was for Nick Claxton, if it was for Miles Turner, I would have felt 100% better. It is a good trade. Like they needed a center. My only concerns is like Mark Williams. He is kind of injury prone, and then defensively he is kind of like
Yeah.
which is completely like a complete contrast from what he was at Duke. Like at Duke, he was our anchor, like holding shit down, and now in the league, it's like completely different. But Luka does get a lob threat. I'm excited to see Luka with Jackson Hayes. As crazy as it sounds, but they get their center, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Luka to make his debut, and for the Hornets. I don't know, bro. You get Dalton Connect, sure. You lost both of your centers. Yeah, I hope you guys draft Kaman Malo. Like, but yeah, it's whatever for y'all.
Can I ask you something that I asked somebody else? Because yeah, they kept Austin Reeves, but would you have moved Austin Reeves for Claxton? Because like you said, Mark Williams doesn't really elevate the defense. And I think they should have gotten a defensive and lob threat center.
You think the Nets said no? Like they probably did
Well, if you're the Lakers, I'm saying, would you have given up Austin Reeves?
for Claxton.
Austin,
Yeah.
like not just by himself, but obviously with surrounding pieces. Let's say Austin Reeves, Cam Reddish, and the same 2 picks.
Yeah. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if you could have got that same deal done for Claxton, I would have definitely did it.
Connect,
Yeah.
but I'm saying obviously you would. The Nets aren't taking that shit.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Then
saying. Would you
then
get
yeah.
rid of Austin Reeves for him?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of Laker fans, and I had this discussion with a couple of them. I feel like a decent amount of Laker fans. I think the same way that some Warriors fans are clutching to a couple of their young guys last year, I feel like this year they're kind of like, I don't give a fuck, let go of AirPods, let go of Kuminga. Like last year, they're like, oh yeah, we're not moving AirPods, we're not moving Kuminga. I feel like that's kind of how they are with Austin Reeves, even though Austin Reeves is better than both of them. But you shouldn't be scared to let go of Austin Reeves if the price is right. So that's why I said same way that Lowe said, you know, and I hate to plagiarize basically what Lowe said, but he did bring up a good point. Now that you have Luka here, who is a much better secondary, or if you want to say primary ball handler now, with LeBron James
Should
there.
be primary.
Yeah. Austin Reeves doesn't have to be the secondary ball handler or playmaker that now. He gets reduced to tertiary, and if anything, now with him, he doesn't have to be untouchable. Now you can move on from him. Because realistically, with his role being reduced, I'm not saying that he doesn't have as much value on the Lakers, but he's much more like you don't feel bad for moving him. So I would have been so down to moving for Claxton, and I definitely would have been down to moving for Miles Turner. And I feel like the Laker fans I was talking to, they like took offense to that. They're like, why the fuck would we move Austin Reeves? Like he's still gonna be good for us. I was like, well, imagine a lineup of Bron, Luka, and Austin Reeves all out at the same time.
Yeah,
I said that's 3 cones.
They're gonna get fried.
I said that's 3 cones, and then I said, imagine taking out Austin Reeves, and then you have Miles Turner anchoring the defense, or you have Claxton anchoring the defense. Would you not prefer that? I mean, I would prefer that. So I feel like even though Austin Reeves is having a much better season now, this is his best season so far in his career. You do want to sell high, and I would have been down to move him. I'm not saying it's an L that they kept him, but I would have been willing to move him. And if it comes out later, or if it ever comes out at all, that's what kind of stalls some talks with them getting a more defensive center like a Claxton or a Miles Turner, I would laugh at them.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of ridiculous.
Because if you're the Lakers, if you're keeping Reeves, I feel like he has to come off the bench now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Doesn't make
those are your
sense
only
to
2
start him.
options: either have him come off the bench or trade him. Like you can't start him,
He can't start with them, bro.
and
And he can't close with them
can't
either.
close with him either.
Which sucks for him
They're gonna
personally.
get fried if he's on the court. And you can't ask Mark Williams, who's already has questions on defense right now, to be like, "Oh yeah, clean up this mess," when they're all out there.
He can't cover for all 3 guys' defensive mistakes, deficiencies when he's not even that type of guy.
Yeah.
Even if it was Claxton having to do that, and let's say it was for Dalton instead of Austin Reeves, you're still asking a lot from Claxton to cover 3 guys' defensive deficiencies. That's a lot to cover. To cover 2 guys being bad on defense, all right. I could cover 2 guys as fuck ups on defense. 3 guys on the perimeter, that's a lot to ask for.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to ask for.
Lakers should look at another wing
Like,
stopper.
and I know a lot of people clown Gobert, but I feel like Gobert's really one of a handful of people that could do that. That could seriously cover for 3, maybe even 4 people who suck on the perimeter, as we saw him do on the Jazz. Like, he's one of the few that we've seen in the past couple of
He
years
used
do
to
that.
have to clean up, bro. Like
For Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, fucking Royce O'Neal, Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Sometimes all of them at the same time.
He was like, yeah.
That was ugly, and he would do it, and there would be a top 5 defense, top 10 defense, and it was because of him. But no one wanted to give him
Nobody
credit.
thinks about that.
Nobody wanted to give him the credit. So it's like, and Claxton, great as he is on defense,
He's not Rudy.
he's not Rudy. You feel me?
It's like Rudy clean up on aisle 7. He's like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
it's like, damn, yo. But and I'm not gonna lie, Rudy on this team would be crazy, but there's no way to get him. Obviously, there's absolutely no way to get him. But Rudy on this team would be so disgusting.
That
This,
would have been crazy.
this would be a super team. People wouldn't want to acknowledge it, but it would be a super team.
Yeah, Rudy and Finney Smith could super clean this fucking shit.
And this would be a top 5 defense, which is them two. Rudy and Finney Smith, bro. Yo. Oh, and V8. Braun, Luca, V8, Finney, and Rudy. Yeah. That would be a super team. But we can't even entertain that combo. It would never happen.
It would never happen.
It would never happen, but that would be a fucking super team.
Oh, I guess I guess for the Lakers, the odd man out is gonna be. I wonder what they could get for a Rui and
Austin Reeves.
package.
Not Gobert.
Oh hell no, not Gobert. But I wonder what they could get with that.
Go for Claxton, bro. Go for Claxton. Or Miles Turner. I know Miles Turner can't rebound for shit, but he doesn't rebound as bad as Jaren Jackson Jr. And you still have Braun and Luka, who are very good rebounders for the
If
perimeter.
you could get Miles Turner and like Aaron Nesmith,
If you even get both, that's so greedy, but that would be so fire.
that would be fine.
But even if you just get Miles Turner, that would be a W in the offseason.
Or if you could get actually not Isaiah Jackson's kind of like, I don't know how he would fit with them, the Lakers.
The funniest shit though is the picture of before we move on to the KD shit as our final topic. The funniest shit is the picture of Miles Turner, and it's him trying to block a Tim Duncan shot. And it's like, this is how long Miles Turner been in trade talks, and it's true. He's in trade talks every fucking
forever,
year,
bro.
And he's really gonna retire a Pacer. He's been on that team for 10 years, bro. And he's been in trade talks every single year. But my favorite thing though is I remember when he was on the select team for the Olympics, and I'll never forget this story because this is what really got me hype about Miles Turner when he was a young player. Someone told PG, I forgot which star, someone told PG, like, damn, yo, you got like he's going to be a fire co-star for you, bro. Like, you guys are going to be a problem in Indy. And I thought he was going to be a perennial all-star, honestly. And like, he never really lived up to that. But he's always been a great player, though. But him in LA, that would be tough, though. That would be fire. Obviously, just in our last topic to really close with, Kevin Durant, the Suns were getting calls. Curry tried his hardest to bring him back home. Try to remind him of the good times. Try to make him ignore the bad times with Draymond. Try to remind him about how they won championships. Didn't work. KD said, I do not want to go back. KD was open to go into the Heat. Didn't get moved, obviously. As we see, he's still going to be wearing that Phoenix Suns jersey. Bradley Beal did not get moved. He's still stuck there. There's obviously drama from that. There's problems in that fucking locker room. With the KD stuff, the moves almost happening. Bradley Beal not leaving and not wanting to leave and waive his no trade clause, which I don't blame him. This whole time, I don't blame him for not leaving. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to use my no trade clause if I have it.
Yeah.
And I forgot what the other team was, but the Wizards were trying to trade for him and somebody else, which is weird that the Wizards were trying to take him back. That was random as fuck. But it was them and one other team that tried to trade for him. But I forgot what the other team was. I saw the report this morning on Twitter, but turmoil in Phoenix yet again, bro. Yet again, some more turmoil in Phoenix. I think KD's out in the offseason. That's why that one clip we made, bro, just like 2-3 weeks ago, bro, about like, yo, what's next for KD? It's living up to it already, bro. I don't know what's next. I don't know what team comes next.
Where the fuck he goes, man.
It definitely ain't OKC. I could tell you that. And it ain't Golden State.
How much years does he have left on his deal?
I don't know. I could check for you right now.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. Feels like it's like a never ending with KD.
He doesn't have a home,
He
bro.
has no home. Will he get his jersey? I think. Nah, that's like a whole different topic for another day.
The only place is I know your question, and we're not gonna delve too deep into it, but it's really just Golden State that has a
Yeah,
chance.
I think it's just Golden State. But the next place he could go, I don't know. I try to see like from KD's perspective, like where he could go, and it's tough.
Next year's his last year, by the way, 25, 26. But
That'd be the last year of his deal.
obviously, he could always request a trade in the offseason.
Don't know
Expiring
where.
deal.
I know Houston's like the hot name, but if I'm Houston, I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm not like as crazy as that sounds. Like it's Kevin Durant, but it's like, yo, we got young guys. We kind of want to see what we got this season, and then we'll figure it out later. And even then, I feel like if I'm Houston, I'd want to trade a guy where it's like I'd want to trade for a guy who's like in his mid-20s or like about to enter his prime or in his prime, not a guy who's about to be out the league in a few years.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trade for Kevin Durant is what 36. I'm
36, about to be 37.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trade for a fucking 37-year-old. If I'm Houston, I would more rather trade for like a Devin Booker type of guy. But Clippers, I guess, would be kind of cool, but it's like you gotta move pieces. Like if you could just drop KD on the Clippers, that would be fire.
You can't just do that,
But
though.
you can't just
ain't
do
2K.
that. Yeah,
Ain't 2K.
this ain't 2K. I mean, shit, drop him on the Nuggets, that'll be fire. You can't do that. It's tough. I don't know. It's tough. He didn't want to go to Memphis because Memphis was prepared to send some for him.
No one wants to go to Memphis, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe guys just don't like Ja.
You think that's what it is?
It might be a theory. Because the thing is, bro, like, I don't even know what Memphis is like as a city. So I'm not going to say people don't like Memphis as a city.
Yeah.
People think Memphis is ugly or whatever. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to criticize a city that, number one, I've never been to. Number two, I don't even know what it's like. You feel me? Like, I know what cities are like that I've never been to, but like, fuck. What I'm about to say is going to be fucked up, but it's like, there's no way like KD's open to going like Detroit or like Milwaukee or like, you feel me, certain cities, and then only say no to Memphis, if you know what I'm saying. So it can't be location, and it's obviously not winning situation. They're the 2 seed. They got young pieces. They got great players. They have an all-star. They have 2 all-stars. I'm not trying to start a narrative, but maybe guys just don't like Ja. Maybe stars just don't like Ja. It's possible. It's a possible narrative. I don't know. I'm not trying to start one either, but it's a possible thing going on. Maybe guys don't want to play with him. Jimmy, now KD, 2 guys with completely different personalities.
I don't think that's the reason.
So what do you think it is? To single out Memphis, 2 guys already in the same trade window? The number 2 seed, you don't want to go to them? 2 separate guys? And he's not entering free agency like Jimmy. So it can't be payment.
I feel like it's another reason. I'm not going to say on the show. Think you know what I'm talking about.
All right, that's fair enough.
Actually, if you do know what I'm talking about, that's actually crazy.
I mean, I don't, but
it's completely left field.
I mean, that's probably fine, but we'll talk about it later. But that's my assumption, and I'm not saying it like I'm picking on him. Like that's what I'm starting to think, because this is just random to me. Why would you? If Memphis sucked, I would understand. If Katie said, I don't want to go to Detroit, Milwaukee, or Memphis, or like people or cities like people generally don't like, you know, like if it was like, I only want to go to a big market and Memphis is not a big market, cool, I understand. But for both Jimmy and Durant to say, yeah, I don't want to go to Memphis, that's weird to me. They win. They have 2 stars. Like, what else do you want? You got your 2 guys who want to be winners. Your 2 guys who want to be champions. What else do you want? So the number one thing to me is like, maybe guys just don't like Ja in the league. I don't know what else it could be.
What I'll comment is, I don't think it's that guys don't like Ja. I think maybe guys like Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler. Well, I'm not even gonna say Jimmy Butler because that motherfucker just wanted a payday. He don't give a fuck about wanting to win.
Yeah.
I'll say for a guy like Kevin Durant and maybe other players, I feel like they don't. It's not necessarily that they don't like Ja. They probably look at Ja and they're like, all right, the star point guard for that team. He's been in trouble multiple times. Maybe his head isn't where it needs to be. Like to because like guys like Kevin Durant and maybe other guys, you want to throw Jimmy Butler, sure. Their mind space, their headspace is, I'm trying to win a championship.
You're saying maturity, then.
Yeah, maturity.
I mean, yeah, that kind of goes hand
Like
in hand, though.
I'm trying to win a championship. I don't got time for this. Like I see Ja, his head's clearly not in it. Desmond Bain is clearly taking on some of that personality, fucking doing that shit. Like, so it's like
The Cam Ward shit.
no, not, the Cam Ward shit is this.
Wait, what'd you do?
Desmond Bain did that shit.
Oh! I thought you went like this.
Nah. So it's like
You went like this, like Cam Ward.
motherfuckers probably look at Memphis like, all right, this team clearly takes on the personality of Ja Morant. If I go to this team, everyone is going to be following Ja. And Ja is the star of this show, and he lacks maturity. Like, why do I want to go to a team as an older player who's nearing the end? I just want to win a championship. Why am I going to go to a team where their leader is a guy who I'm questioning, like, his maturity? Like, is this really what he wants to do? Or does he really want to just be in the field, be in the trenches, and fucking tote straps and shit? I'm just trying to win a chip. And he looks like he has a completely different vision. And then on top of that, he's not even playing up to par to his standards. Jaren Jackson has emerged as the best player on the Grizzlies right now. So I think people kind of look at it from that point of view. It's like Ja kind of lacks the maturity, but the team also takes on his personality. And right now he's not even playing to his regular standards.
Nah, yeah, I could see that, and I think that I don't want to say in terms of like it goes hand in hand with what I say about liking, but in a way, kind of with the maturity thing too.
They're just like, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, like not want to deal with his bullshit, but I think KD's gone. I don't think he's retiring his son. I really don't think so, especially if they get bounced in round one, bro. Because again, same thing with the Mavs. I don't see him beating many teams in the West in a 7-game series, if any at all. To be honest with you, it's looking really dark for them right now. Coming from a team that just won 60-something games just a couple years back, was just in the finals 4 years ago. They did a complete 180, bro. Trading for a big star, and it hasn't fucking worked out to them. So it's a big out for me. There's a really big out, and already more drama, more turmoil going on. Shit, they could miss the play-in, Justin. They're right there. They're the 9 seed. They're 9 seed. Warriors is knocking on the door, which sounds funny, but it's true. The Warriors knocking on the door. Kings is only half a game behind them. There's the light is still there. The door is still there of the 6 seed, but everybody's all clumped up together. Justin, if you're ready, we could get into this MVP of the week.
I'm ready.
I got 4 guys here. One of them you keep ignoring. I'm really hoping this is the one, bro. All right, number 1, we got Ant-Man.
Back-to-back 40 balls.
Yeah, 21, 6 and 4, 49, almost at the 50. 9 and 3, and then 41, 7 and 6. He went 2 and 1. Trey Murphy, this one kind of hurts, to be honest with you, but 45 and 4, 41, 3 and 3, 25, 5 and 8, but he's 0 and 3. Bro is putting up numbers, but he's losing. Thank you for the fantasy points. So bro is putting up 60 plus fantasy. SGA. He's been here 3 straight weeks, but he hasn't won yet. 29, 6 and 9, 34, 3 and 6. This was in 23 minutes, by the way, versus the Bucks. 58 and 5, and then 25, 4 and 6, 4-0. And then we got Cade Cunningham from the Pistons, 22, 3 and 15, 30, 6 and 14, 38, 7, 9 with 4 steals, 1 and 2. Justin, MVP of the week.
Who's that 50 against?
The 50 burger. was against. Give me one moment. The 50 ball was against the Suns, and they won by 31.
Give me Shea.
Fucking finally, bro. Thank you, Shay. I love
I
you.
was thinking about Ant. Did you see the Legends clip with Ant and Dylan Brooks?
Yeah.
That shit. And then after the game,
He
he's
was
like,
talking
"Watch who
mad
you
shit.
talking to, nigga?"
He was talking bad shit. Y'all fucking love Ant, bro.
I love
He's
that
such
shit.
a real nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Justin, any shout outs? Because I have a big shout out.
You know, did we talk about Super Bowl last week?
No. I mean, I was keeping that for now.
Oh, okay. Shout out to.
You want me to do my thing first?
No.
Oh, because I have a special shout out.
Shout out to Josh Allen,
Oh, yeah.
MVP of the league. Let's go, Josh.
Shout out Dan Orlovsky, too. Staying on business.
Shout out to our boy Daniel. His birthday's tomorrow. So if he sees this, if he watches this, or if anybody sends this to him, happy birthday to him, bro. Your shout outs?
I have a big one.
Which one?
Shout out to Bronny James. Really separated himself and helped elevate Bron in the GOAT debate, considering Marcus Jordan just got arrested for having cocaine in possession. So shout out to Bronny, bro. Staying clean and making it to the league. Bryce is about to follow in his footsteps while Jor Gambler's kids are just getting cooked right now. So shout out to Bronny and stay on the right path. Still a shout out to John Cena. I mean, I know I talked a little bit about the Royal Rumble when I was talking about the Luka shit, because the Luka trade happened 1 or 2 hours after the Royal Rumble ended. I'm assuming you didn't watch it, Justin.
No,
You missed out.
I was watching Lakers Knicks.
Nigga.
Why the fuck would I miss that?
Because this was the best Royal Rumble of all time, nigga. Like, that's why you would miss it. This is John Cena's last
Not
Royal
missing
Rumble.
Bron in the Garden.
Nigga, this is John Cena's last Royal Rumble. You can't miss that. Nigga, you had John Cena come out.
All I kept seeing was fuck Jey Uso.
Hold on, you had John Cena come out, have a stare down with Roman Reigns. And while that was happening, before they even threw any punches, CM Punk came out as the next entrance. And they all had to go stare at him. That shit was crazy. And then Logan Paul came out last. So that shit was lit as fuck. You missed out. That shit was hype. But yeah, I was disappointed he lost. Bro, when he lost, because he was the last guy to get eliminated, I literally went to the bathroom, bro, ASAP, just all quiet, and I literally just had to yell out "fuck" mad loud. I was so tight, bro. I was generally tight because I watched the whole event start to finish. I watched the girls' rumble. I watched the Cody Rhodes ladder match. I watched everything. I literally watched everything. I watched the tag team match, which I really didn't give a fuck about, to be honest with you. That was kind of boring, but that men's rumble at the end, bro, was so tight that it ended that way. I want to know where the fuck Randy Orton is, because I don't watch the week by week shit. I'm just watching John Cena's last matches, so yeah, I was disappointed he lost. And again, like you said, shout out Josh Allen. Justin, who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Because I'm gonna watch it, but I really don't want to. I don't want any of these guys to win. I really don't want to watch it.
This is like one of the most hype I am for a Super Bowl.
I can't believe you saying that, bro. This is the least excited I've been to watch the Super Bowl.
I mean, just the storylines for me.
I hate the storylines. That's the thing. I don't want the Eagles to win. I don't want the Chiefs to three-peat. I hate both the stories.
I'm picking the Chiefs to win,
Me
and
too.
I also will be rooting for the Chiefs.
Me too. I'm kind of rooting for them.
Yeah, even though I think this Eagles team is better than what they were 2 years ago. The defense is a lot stronger, and you have Saquon in replace of Miles Sanders, who was a fucking shell of himself 2 Super Bowls ago. So I think, and it's Saquon's birthday tomorrow, so
Who gives a fuck, bro?
we'll see if he has the game of his life. But
Hopefully the worst game.
I feel like this game, like if the Eagles want to win, they gotta run out the gym on the Chiefs. Cause I feel like if this game is close, they not winning this shit. I think it's gonna live up to the hype though. I think it's gonna be a close game like it was 2 years ago, and it's gonna come down to the wire.
Well, yeah, they are gonna have to literally run out the gates because Jalen, my knee hurts, can't pass. So they're literally gonna have to rely on the run game.
Hopefully he has or for their sake, he has a repeat of what he did last year, minus the fumble, because he had like the game of his life two years ago in the Super Bowl.
That
But
shit not happening.
I'm
again.
excited for this game. I'm super excited for the fucking halftime show. You got Kendrick Lamar performing.
Should be Wayne, bro. I'm still pissed about that.
I disagree.
That should be Wayne, bro.
I disagree.
That's his home.
It was in New Orleans in 2013. That's when it should have been Wayne.
It should have been both times.
No, not this time. Wayne. If you wanted to put Wayne, it should have been 2013 because that's when I Am Not a Human Being Part 2 came out and he was still like lit. I don't want to see Wayne now. I'm sorry.
I want to see him any day of the week.
Nah. And even then, 2013, who'd they put over Wayne? Beyonce.
But that's different. That's Beyonce.
Like, exactly.
Beyonce has more aura than Kendrick.
Yeah, nobody was gonna fight for Wayne then.
But she has more aura than Kendrick, though. You can't say that's not true.
No,
either.
yeah, that is true. That's true.
Her aura tops literally any artist ever that's not Michael Jackson. So that's different. The only person, like Michael Jackson in Houston, would take Beyonce's spot in the Super Bowl, and that's it. Nobody else. But like Beyonce could take anybody else's spot in their hometown. But
Michael Jackson used to just stand there.
yeah, he
Motherfuckers
just
be
stood
hype.
there. But Wayne,
Motherfucker would be like this for 5 minutes.
but Wayne, no, that shit pissed me off. Respect my GOAT.
I mean, realistically, I think I saw a video on this or like a short. It doesn't happen often where it's in this person's hometown where they perform. The only time it really happened was, what was it, 2022 with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, they glazed the West Coast niggas.
That's
bro.
like the only.
They glazed the West Coast
That's like
niggas,
the
bro.
only time it really happened. That's it.
I'm tired of the West Coast glaze. That's what it is, to be honest
And I
with
think
you.
maybe, if I'm not mistaken, I think they might have had Prince do it in Minnesota. I think that I could. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but
I just hate West Coast niggas.
I think that's the only time. But I'm excited for this fucking halftime show. Honestly.
Damn, I had one more shout. Oh, not shout out. Anti shout out. Fuck the Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, Eli Manning didn't make first ballot.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough next year, man.
No, that shit was ridiculous.
Well, people are saying because Phillip Rivers is eligible next year.
Oh, my goat is eligible.
Matt
shit.
Ryan is eligible next year.
Eli Manning's better than him.
And people were like, nah, they gotta wait. Like, Eli has to get in, and then they could get in.
I mean, Eli Manning's better than Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
so he should get in. Especially, I know a lot of people glaze the first Super Bowl. Nah, the second one was like that. The second one was better.
Bro, they were both fucking dirty.
No, they were, but the
Yeah.
second one was better. Bro, he threw for how many yards in the second one? Regular season and the whole playoff run?
Bro. I don't even remember.
Let me check. I saw it on Twitter. Let me check. That shit was ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, those were.
They gotta respect one of my goats, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was low-key tight when I saw that he missed it. I said, nah, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, how do you not put Eli Manning in the fucking Hall of Fame? All right, 2011. Regular season. 4,933, Justin. Bro, he threw for 6,000 yards, 6,100 yards just that whole season.
Damn.
And you telling me that's not a Hall of Famer? Whoever votes for Hall of Fame, I'm gonna drop my fucking nuts on your eyes, bro, because that's ridiculous. You don't deserve eyesight. I'm not even being fucking funny.
Next year's class looks pretty decent.
But Phillip Rivers should get in because that's my goat too.
I think he'll get in.
I got nothing but love for him and Eli Manning. Shout out to both
I
of them,
wanted to
bro.
look for that class real quick. NFL Hall of Fame. Oh shit, Drew Brees is eligible.
Oh yeah,
He's definitely getting
he's
in.
first. He's first.
He's
Ballot.
getting
He's
in
first ballot.
ASAP.
Nah, he's first ballot. He's first ballot. He deserved that shit. He first ballot.
Damn, can I just get a name and not a fucking article? Oh, Larry Fitzgerald. He's getting in ASAP.
He's getting ASAP.
All right, so Marquise Pouncey, Drew Brees, Geno Atkins, Larry Fitzgerald, Stephon Gladkowski, LaShawn McCoy. I think he'll probably get in. Frank Gore is eligible.
Oh shit.
Ooh, Todd Gurley's eligible, but I don't think he'll make it. Greg Olson. He maybe. Phillip Rivers. Julian Edelman is eligible.
I don't give a fuck.
Des Bryant. I don't think.
I don't give a fuck.
He won't make it. Alex Smith. Wow.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's not making that shit. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Will Eli make it next year?
He should. I love Phillip Rivers, but Eli Manning's better.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers had better regular season stats.
He did, but he
But,
also played on a torn ACL in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was gangster.
Yeah.
But still, Eli Manning's
But
better.
Eli
bro.
Manning's playoffs. God,
I just told you, 6,100
shit was
yards
crazy.
for a whole season. Justin, walk us out of here.
If you guys are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please like. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the JJ Podcast 1. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Fix PlayStation Network. I'm trying to get to Diamond and Marvel Rivals, bro. I'm platinum. Fix the network, please. Peace.
Peace.